Good evening, good morrow, and good day, and welcome to another edition of the Manylands campaign here on Slice and Dice. Time for session 11 this week, so yeah, officially into double figures. Now we're growing up, guys. A couple of announcements before we start today, officially. So first off, Fake Dice. Got a couple of places left on Fake Dice. If you have any recommendations for events or intrigue and random encounters that you'd like to see happen throughout this campaign, get in touch via the chat using the hashtag Fake Dice, and I will add you to the list. Or of course you can do it via social media also with hashtag Fake Dice. I will look at it and I will monitor it. We keep an eye on these things. Secondly, speaking of social media, we have another little thing for all you artists out there, all you budding artists, or even if you just know how to hold a pencil, a little competition type thing for you. Basically, I'll be periodically uploading, yes, just like that, I'll be uploading just character descriptions of each of our heroes, and then with that description, you'll be then hopefully be able to draw something from that. And all entries, please upload it to your social media and tag us. It's at slice&d6. Every entry I will sort of culminate into a little arrangement, and then we'll eventually have a video out displaying all your motives and artwork. So please, if you haven't considered it already, check out our social media page. It's at slice&d6, and you'll see Neris's description is currently up.
Well, it will only be the good artwork, not the shit stuff.
Well, that's what DK says. It would only be the good artwork that'll be featured, but you know. We'll see. As long as it's not. Well, I'll be happy.
If you make it onto the internet, it doesn't mean you're good.
True. If you make it onto the stream, doesn't necessarily mean it's the world's best artist. However, appreciate the love.
I do want fan art.
Yeah, we all want fan art, obviously.
But I want good fan art.
So those are the two main things for this week, guys. Do you have any other announcements at all? Anyone?
No.
Anyone have anything? No.
No.
We're all good. Excellent. Okay then, chaps. We will jump in very shortly then with the latest episode of Slice and Dice. And we are back after a minor discussion there. So, chaps, I guess I should start you off on what happened last time. So for those of you who weren't here, Dan, Marshall isn't actually here, although it says he is. Hang on a second. There, let's get rid of Marshall. So professional. There we are. Okay, so Dan, welcome back. Hope you're feeling good. I should say that Marshall and Marta aren't here this week. Marshall has work commitments because, you know...
Move his name over slightly. I don't like it touching mine.
No, that's where it stays. And Marta, unfortunately, feeling a bit sick today, so I hope you feel better soon. Anyway, last time you guys...
Chemical warfare.
Last time you guys happened upon Flaming Jacks after leaving the Basilisk Cave, and in fact finding a stone guardian of sorts that you were overwhelmed by and then beat a hasty retreat from. On your passage back, you end up outside Flaming Jacks, as that seems to be the trail where Lady Helene Grenfell's abductors seem to have gone, along with the stone form of her, so you can tell. And it's led you back to Flaming Jacks, where it appears that all of you are wanted in connection with a stolen bit of machinery known as the Stonebreaker. And Seth is also wanted for another undisclosed
Stop
crime as yet.
highlighting me in particular.
You have your own wanted poster, so you need to be highlighted.
This isn't One Piece. I don't want to be the most wanted.
There's so it's fortunately the only picture on the wanted poster of Seth is of him in a tricorn hat and a scarf. So for now, with neither of those items on, he's managing to blend in okay with the rest of you. But it turns out that he is wanted, dead or alive, for 20 gold pieces, something which some of you have considered. Anyway, you were seeing an opportunity, as he usually does. Jackman Candlecorn Winklebottom, the proprietor of Flaming Jacks, has offered you free lodgings at the inn in exchange for you dealing with his rat problem, as two of you, Seth and Malar, went into the cellar before and defeated some giant rats. It turns out that's not the fulfillment of the problem, as it seems that even more rats have made a nest further below. past the cellar barrels, which you managed to push aside and find a kind of hidden entrance to some sort of cave dwelling. And you guys have started exploring in there and found that this cave is a lot deeper than you thought, and it also has signs of life. You've in your exploration so far, you have come across a chamber with a load of barrels and crates stored with some items such as cheese. You have, as well as a journal and a yellow liquid in a vial, which is kind of opaque, which you've just picked up as well. And more to the point, you've come across not just giant rats, but also spider rats, which your good friend Fleeting Look has now named arachnids. And that appears to not be the end of your problems, as while you were exploring one particular antechamber, you found a secret door, and behind it was a haunting statue that seemed to be dripping almost in this sort of black goo. The statue was of, for lack of a better word, an octomur, a humanoid with the tentacles of an octopus on its lower half. And Seth is also having a voice in his head, seemingly from this octomur, talking to him and beckoning him to come further into the cave. Just as you guys were trying to come to terms with what exactly this entity is that Seth seems to have come across, Fleeting Look, having been a bit scared by the statue, went to the entrance of the antechamber and spotted more of these rodent infiltrators coming your way, and that is exactly where we're going to pick things up today. So, chaps, can everyone roll initiative, please? I can turn that down. I'm so sorry.
It's a bit how bad is it? Oh,
it's literally as bad as it can be.
It's okay. Mine is also pretty bad.
in front of me, I have no modifier.
Jesus.
Great start to the
Great
start to the day.
No, I'm. Oh, hang on.
No modifier.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I'm really Jesus.
That's right.
But it makes a lot more sense. It makes a lot more sense for you to go last.
Have you guys rolled for Lobron?
No, let's do that.
No,
use a different.
Please do.
I'm going to use a different.
Actually, I like that. The use of the green.
I'm going to use a different hedron. Polyhedron, because that last one didn't work so great. Better.
Okay.
Not great, but better.
He's got that one slot that apparently he's already used. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, that's fine.
Can you use a spell slot?
Yeah, he used fairy fire.
That's a spell?
Yep.
Yeah.
I always thought it was a cantrip.
Nope.
Doesn't it just light stuff up?
No, it provides combat advantage to creatures that if you're attacking something that has been lit up by fairy fire and by lit up I mean it failed the saving throw, you get advantage on it.
Oh.
So it's actually
That's-
good. It's actually good.
Yeah, that's spell worthy.
Yeah, it's good.
So, chaps, anyone get 20 or above?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, anyone 15 to 20?
Seth is on 18, Neris is on 15.
1 and 2.
That's easy to one off the other.
Okay, and so Neris was on 15, you said?
Yes.
Okay, 15 to 10. Anyone?
What?
Wow. Okay, great. 10 to 5?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
8.
And
Oh, wait.
8 also for Leobrin.
The Oberlin thing you need to roll off.
No, he can.
No,
just
Leobrin
first.
can go
That's
second
fine.
as he's not here. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 to 0.
Yeah. So Brucon pulled 4, which is literally the lowest initiative roll he's capable of.
No, I got
Natural
3.
3. Okay, not the lowest on the board.
My God.
Yeah, I rolled a natural 1 with a 0 modifier for one of these.
So bad, my initiative plus 7. I couldn't have been above.
We got action cam.
Good at that.
We do have an action cam. Let's bring it up.
You say it like I'm not doing it.
Okay, there he is. So,
I thought I'd get through
looks like
everyone.
it's going to be happening round this way.
I will be the first into the room. That's great, but the thing's over here.
I'll get through the room, through everyone.
This is where
So,
we
chaps,
got our
Seth, you're first. So you hear Fleeting Look warning you that there is something coming, and some other things that looks like they may need names.
Cool. So from that, I'm gonna go 5, 10. That's probably double movement. I think someone's there. 15, 20, 25, 30. Can I call to fleeting? It's like how close are they?
Yes.
That's so fleeting, unbelievable. But
Yeah.
how close are they?
From where you currently are, they're not within your sight line. It seems to be coming from further in the cave.
Well, I meant you were fleeting last week.
Oh well.
He actually doesn't know.
Okay, well we'll do the kind of transition from me to you of fleeting.
He actually doesn't know.
They're within sight.
Oh my god, that's so fleeting.
So like passive aggressive.
I'm
without
going
being
to use.
aggressive.
I'm
Just
going,
passive, just sort of
it's
like.
so accurate. I hate it.
So they're within 60 feet.
Bonus
of
action
fleeting.
to dash.
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25. Can I see down the tunnel?
Sure.
Where they
What's
are?
your passive perception?
10 plus your perception.
12.
12. Alrighty then. So you've got one there.
I need a passive perception
You
to
got
see
one
that.
there. And there's also
Is that Jar Jar Binks?
yeah. So that particular rat that you can see,
We all get rage.
even with your so it's completely pitch black in that part of the tunnel. You guys both have dark vision, which is why you can see this. So that particular rat, the one that's depicted by Jar Jar Binks, is in fact it seems to have some scales along with the kind of sticking out of the fur.
Cool, of course.
And its head seems to be rather large and looks kind of a bit. It looks like it has like stronger claws and hide than you were expecting from a regular rat. Although you haven't seen many of those since you've been down here. Next to it is a slightly smaller rat. This one seems to be glowing in the darkness. A kind of green light seems to be emanating a bit from within it. It's almost like a green light is contained within the rat's fur. There's also a swarm of rats on the ground as well, much tiny little rats that are just crawling around its feet.
Cool. So from where I am, I think I'm 20 feet away, so I should be able to throw a dagger normally. So yeah, I'm going to throw a dagger at the first one, the Jar Jar scaly one.
Okie dokie. Make an attack roll.
That's not good. 14.
14 is exactly its armor class.
Oh.
Yes. Fuck 'em up.
So that's 6 damage to it.
6 damage to it. All right. Sink in with that dagger.
5, 10 for the remainder of my movement.
Okay, great.
Next is Marta. Neris. So
They are different.
So
Although I heard the rage is the same. but-
Neris, she's here. So I'm gonna move 5. She's not had the best experience with these rats.
Yeah.
So she's gonna move to this square, which is just on the boundary. And because the tunnel seems to be a bit more than 5 foot, sort of like from angle-wise goes from half this square, is she able to prepare a firebolt to fire at the first thing that comes across that line?
Yeah, she can do that. Which line?
So ready.
So from
That
this
line.
line here, so if anything
Yeah,
comes
of course
across the
you can.
line, she's going to
And then
prepare a
it crosses
firebolt to fire.
And it crosses within or beyond that.
Yeah, so
That makes perfect sense.
So
She can do
Neris
that.
is standing there, still within the first cave, firebolt in hand, ready to just fire at anything that crosses that line.
Ready for fire. Yeah, no problem at all. Okay, great. So that's her turn.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, you can't do this.
Okay, so it's me next. me next. So, first thing is, so that dragon-looking rat, can you get that to move over? It's got 30 feet of movement, so can it just run up to the nearest of you guys, which is going to be fleeting? in this
That
case?
trigger. Hang on. Okay.
Yeah, that triggers.
So that triggers the
Firebolt.
firebolt. Yep, that triggers the firebolt. So spell attack against it. It's a AC of 14.
She rolled a 17.
17 hits, so roll for damage. It's a
Firebolt.
D10.
I didn't
D10.
prepare a D10. Where's yours?
It's the one with the.
That one.
Yeah. No.
It's the one. 3 damage.
3 damage. Okay.
Every little helps.
And so it's still got movement left, so it is running up to fleeting, and is going to be on him.
It's going to be on him. Okay. first thing it's going to do then, if it's got any movement, it's going to pivot around a little bit that way, and it's going to. It opens its ratty rodent mouth, and from within that mouth, lightning streaks out at it in a line, coursing through both you and Neris. Yes.
What colour are the scales that we can see?
A bluish.
Was he?
Bluish
Is he
scales.
adjacent
Although
to
it's dark,
Fleeting
but
or
I'll say it's
5 foot
bluish.
back?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is he adjacent to Fleeting or 5 foot back?
So he should be adjacent to
So
Fleeting.
smack bang. Can I just sit him?
Yeah, of course.
Because that is really frustrating.
So he's gonna. So this line is. But he's basically gonna aim this line so it goes through both
Yeah,
Neris
yeah.
and
I
Fleeting.
tried to keep her out.
So
of
you both
contact.
need to make dexterity saving
but you
throws.
forgot that the things that we're coming up against can like respond and make decisions and
They can
stuff.
do weird things.
I forgot that we were fighting thunder rats.
Ah, natural one.
Thunder, thunder, thunder rats.
So close.
12. What was it? 13.
13 is enough, so you take half damage.
Yeah. Eris is
Natural
dying.
one.
Natural 1. Fleeting's going to take the full damage of this. So
Did you look at your phone to confirm?
okay, so Fleeting Look takes 7 points of lightning damage. Neris only takes 3.
Everybody's asking, can I have the pencil, please?
That's him.
Yeah, can I have a better pencil? Thank you.
Of course.
Neris takes how much?
3. 3 points of damage.
Hey, thank you. I didn't want.
Now
Keep
what,
it, man.
now
Oh, thank you.
what's
Sorry.
Fleeting Look's passive perception?
Low.
I did also start my
Yeah,
Yeah, your
pencil.
stats
And
completely
it's-
bamboozle me.
Your stats are beyond reason.
They
Nine.
really are.
9. Okay, so you will not notice until the very last second a spider rat fall from the roof
Oh, not this guy again.
and it lunges
Face
at
full of
your
spider rat
face.
wing wong.
He's got the Nesquik face.
Yep.
He has got the
It's the
Nesquik.
Nesquik
I
spider
know
rat.
it's a bastard.
He is in the square that his front 2 legs are touching.
So it's going to try and latch onto your face, Fleeting Look. That's a 7, so that's going to miss. So you manage to bat it away and it drops to the floor.
He's so lovely, you're dying.
Does this thing attacks your chest? For dog. Yeah. Lovely.
Falls on the floor. That's those two. Next up is Fleeting Look
Fleeting.
himself in response to that
Go.
lunge.
Sword vengeance.
Yeah.
12.
They say it's sweet.
I will attack with my battle axe. I will attack the tiny Jar Jar Binks.
Okay, attack China Jar Jar Binks, the dragony rat.
6, which I'm guessing misses.
6 will miss, yes.
Anything else I can do? Yeah.
No bonus actions.
No, I don't have any of them.
Okay. Alrighty then. That's him. So Fleeting is gone. So that's Leobrin next.
Indeed. I'm gonna resist the urge to Arms of Hadar.
Oh, shit. Lovely.
He's got a line of sight for range.
Actually, can't.
You can't.
Not so much resist Arms of Hadar as not be able to do it because he's burned the spell slot for it already. Warlocks, kids, they you can very easily use your spell without realising that it
Doesn't he
is.
have 2 spell slots?
No.
Level 1?
Level
sorry,
2.
Level 2.
The,
Hey, he has 2 spell slots.
oh, well, he hasn't updated his character sheet to reflect that.
So we're running.
Right, okay,
we're-
noted. That's
yeah.
useful. So he
But
does have one
He
left.
can Eldritch Blast. I think he's got a
Yeah,
line
yeah.
of
Eldritch
sight.
Blast, I think, is probably going to be the call here, really.
Check the spell slots, and we'll just Eldritch
Yeah.
Blast for this.
Yeah, Eldritch Blast
Yeah, that
is a percentage play regardless. So he's going to have to move though. So
Green guy.
if he goes
Yeah.
to
He's level 2, he's got 2 spell slots.
if he goes to there,
Sweet.
actually no, hang on. Sorry, I dislodged you, elephantine chum.
He should get
If
3
he goes there,
spells.
that ought to be worth a shot. So
3 spells and 2 slots.
Eldritch Blast. He does. Yeah. No, I think he just hadn't bothered to update the
Yeah.
character
that'll be
sheet
my bad. That's
every
it.
time. Well, no. Well, maybe, but
Shh, it's Jack's fault.
I'm not. I think this was done when he was level 1
It
and
was,
didn't
yeah.
bother redoing it every time he
Yeah.
made a
Well,
level change.
left
which
back
is
to
First
one
like
side.
4 levels, it's not kind
So
of
that's
worth redoing.
no, that's
every
reasonable.
time.
That's totally reasonable. Right, Eldritch Blast at
The bunny.
Quickie the rat, the chocolate
The
rat.
spider rat.
Yeah, Quickie the
Sorry,
chocolate
the
spider.
arachnid.
The
Sorry.
arachnid. So what's the casting?
13.
So it's
no,
plus
wait.
5.
How was that?
Yeah.
+5.
Yep.
Okay. rolling +5
Will you
Eldritch
use
Blast.
this, or are you right over there?
That's not what it
Use
is.
that.
At all.
That's exactly what it
That,
is.
that went through a number of different permutations. 16.
Hits. Roll
16
for
hits.
damage. Is a D10 for.
Plus is a D10.
I got a D10, I got a D10.
Oh, well then you.
There you go.
So as we're,
there we
as
go.
we're splitting custody
I like
for the
this.
kids, so I'll roll to hit and he'll roll for damage. And
It's a big 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage.
big
Okay.
four.
Light spews forth from his hand. It passes past you this time. This lightning kind of energy, and the force hits into the spider rat that then recalls back from you, taking a little bit of damage. So Brucon, you're next.
Brucon. Okay, Brucon is gonna He's just gonna pile in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then one more. 7. Is that enough to? Is that sufficient to generate combat advantage? Do we think? With fleeting look.
I'll give you
on the
flanking.
chocolate
That's flanking. Yeah, that's fine.
Sound. Okay. Short sword attack. Not gonna do the old. Not gonna invoke the key just yet. So short sword followed by an unarmed bonus attack. Short sword first. It's cocked. That's 17.
17 hits.
And then the unarmed attack is 20. So both
Both
hits.
hits. Yep.
So this is +6. Cocked again. So that's 11 damage total.
11 damage total. Nice.
Sorry, the scuba Lego man. What type of rat is he?
That's the one with the sickly green glow.
Sickly green
glowing.
glow. Kind of
Really, that was a really weird
bulbous.
sentence for me to say, but it made complete sense.
It's radioactive.
Oh,
That was good.
That was,
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
The name
I did it and it wasn't good at all.
So I'm now singing radioactive in my head, replaced with that.
So Brocon, that's your turn. Malar.
It's Malar's turn. He is going to come up. Oh, Mr. Lilburn, be careful. 1, 2, 3. Bless. You, and you. You get a D4 to attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay. Concentrate.
Just
It
want
is
to
indeed a
hear
concentration spell, but yeah,
Thank you.
it's worth it.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay then.
Number 8.
Number 8. Okay, so you see Seth on the edge of your dark vision. This tiny plague of rats starts scuttling across the floor, across the rock floor, straight towards your dwarven companion. And we're gonna. So it's suddenly, before you know it, Brucon, there are rats crawling all over you. It reminds you of your induction to the Barkfan Monastery, as they're coming up inside your clothes, and they're all over you, and they're trying to take little bites from you. So, make an attack.
Barkfan Monastery is kinkier than its reputation would suggest.
I was going to
The
say,
parties, man. Everybody
Is-
goes for the parties.
this is a safe space if there's anything you want to say about the monastery.
All right,
We don't talk about Monastery Gasm 1974.
Monstock. So there's a 16 hit.
Yes,
It does. Yeah.
regrettably, just.
Okay, so they do take some little bites out of you. You take 7 points of piercing damage. They nibble into you. There's a
Jesus.
swarm of rats around you currently.
7 points is it?
Finally, the glowing, bulbous-looking rat can move up to 20 feet. So it's going to move.
And he's
towards
gonna fuck
you.
me up!
4.
4. Okay. Yeah, it gets there.
Okay. Not quite. Oh, it's one of these. Okay.
Just kind of
Is
going
it?
towards you.
Would you describe it as bloated?
Yes.
Okay.
I would describe it as
Is
bloated.
this one of those
and
things
glowing
in like
green.
a video game where there's always that one slow thing that just goes...
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's its turn. I can't really do much else currently. So, Seth, top of the round.
Cool. So I'm going to move just to here. So I believe I get the advantage from the flanking since it's facing fleeting as well.
Yep.
So roll that.
Gotta love that advantage.
The triangle.
A natural
advantage.
Natural
That's a crit.
20. Yes,
So,
that is a crit. Let's have that
Double
damage.
everything.
So you also got a D4, but it doesn't.
Double your dice.
The D4 would be on the attack roll.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't
No,
prepare-
wait, hang on.
I didn't prepare
No,
enough
it
dice
doesn't-
for a crit,
doesn't-
so
Not
I have to roll
damage,
twice.
I would have been on that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So 6, 7, 8,
With the
9,
rapier.
10. Yeah, rapier, sorry. 11, 15, 21 plus 3, 24 to Jar Jar.
So as you
Jar
strike,
Jar lightning rat.
as you lunge forward with your rapier straight into the neck of this dragon, you shudder for a second as the lightning kind of travels up the metal of the rapier and into your hand. It gives you a bit of a sharp burst. The bluish rat falls lifeless to the floor.
Static Jar Jar lightning rat.
No, take that, Jar Jar rat.
Cool. I don't need to disengage, but that gives me a bonus attack. I am just going to pull back just a little bit. Out of the way of the exploding raptor.
Slightly better. Okay, Neris is
I'm
next.
pulling back away from the rat that looks like it's very sickly.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
Neris, she's going to. Lightning rat's gone, so she probably wouldn't move back because the one that attacks her now has disappeared.
Mhm.
And she now sees the rat that has previously bitten her face.
She wants to
Ma-
she
Ma-
wants to
Master
bury
herself.
something.
your instruction is not get her killed.
Yeah, Martha has
That's the
just written
only.
it to say
That's
don't
all you're
get her
getting.
killed.
No more advanced tactical advice. Just
She did say
don't
please, though. I mean, she used the
Yeah.
abbreviation plus.
She's
but
moved about
still.
5 foot,
Plus-
but the one that can attack her has moved, is dead now, so she's going to fire another firebolt straight at Nesquik.
Okay, let's roll to hit on Quickie, the spider quick.
18.
18 hits, rough damage.
P10. Oh yeah, still yours. 5 damage.
5 damage. It
I was
looks,
really hoping you were going to misread that. It's my favourite thing. It's my favourite thing when someone just grabs a D10 and they grab the one that's supposed to be for the tens.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, 70 damage? What?
The smell of burning flesh hits your nostrils, Brucon, as the rodent's still up, but it's charred and the mangy fur has now almost been completely burnt off of its face. It's somehow still alive, but it just looks like a horrible abomination of sinews and spidered legs. Okay.
That's an accurate description already, to be fair, but yeah.
Thank you. So it's now its go. So it's going to try one last time to lunge at at Fleeting Look. Going for your face. Does 15 does a 19 no
Yes.
20 hit?
Yes.
It does. Okay, so it latches onto your face
20 hits everyone.
currently. It deals
Tracy?
3 points
16.
of sorry, 4 points of piercing
For a
damage
monk,
to
That's a
you.
work in progress, yeah.
Currently,
But at level 2,
whilst
as
it
a
has
monk,
wrapped itself around
that's
your
brilliant.
head, you are considered blinded, and you are now suffocating. You can't actually breathe on your face.
Unfortunately, got next.
Fortunately, it's your turn, so
Yeah.
you can use your action to try and take it off.
Yes, please.
Okay, that's a good, wise idea. So to do so, you need to make a strength check.
One of your specialties.
Please.
19, actually.
19 is enough. You wrench it off of your face, getting the breath back into your lungs. You're holding it in your hand. That was your action to do that. Is there anything else you want to do?
So Marta has now turned herself into a Ples dispenser in the chat there.
Bless. Yes.
No.
We're being attacked by freaky rats. That's what's going on.
Thanks for watching, Marta. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thanks
and
for the
Drake as
support,
well.
guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Also, remember #Fate Dice. Get in touch. Sorry, yeah.
If they're going to do a hashtag face diet, just make it be like, Neris doesn't die.
Mm.
That'd be good.
That'd be an interesting. Anyway, okay. So you've wrenched the spider from your fist. Did you want to move at all?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, you get an attack of opportunity.
He's holding on to it, so he wouldn't get an attack of opportunity currently.
Oh, right?
Yeah, because it would go with him.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not
So-
that big.
He's grappling it. It's actually a small creature. It's or tiny even, but it's big enough to wrap around your face.
mounted.
Okay, great. So next, after that lovely, I love that facehugger. Brucon. No, Leobrin. Apologies, Leobrin.
Eldritch Blast?
Pew pew.
Yeah. What's his passive perception?
Wisdom.
10. So not good. I was just trying to figure out if it was possible to come up with a a persuasive argument why he would target the
greenish glowing
the
one.
greenish glowing one, currently alarmingly approximate to Brucon, but it's his perception is with the best one in the world, garbage. So probably not. So yeah, Eldritch Blast at the Quickie Rat. He did not get blessed, did he?
No, he did not.
No, he did not. So this is a die roll, shooting for +5. Oh, did you see that though?
I genuinely did.
This I'm gonna stop rolling in this because it's bad for my blood pressure. That's several rolls now where the dice has kind of meandered around for several moments and gone, am I a natural 1? Am I a natural 20? Or am I 9? Or rather 4 + 5 for 9, so that's a miss.
9 is a miss, yes.
In the chat, we've had 2 fate die requests. One from Neris of Neris insta levels to 20, and
That's
one
gonna
from
get
her
discounted.
friend Drake Lazarus saying take 1d10 damage per level.
Immediately take D10 of damage per level because you are.
I
feel like they should cancel
genuinely
each other
thought it
out.
was going to be take 1d10 damage per dog.
I think
But I guess maybe he's moved on.
Let's move on from the dogs.
Yes, the dogs may come back in later. For now, it's more about the rats than the dogs.
That was the Oberon.
See that roll? Chat.
Yeah,
No.
and now straight
White.
back round to
Brucon.
Brucon.
God.
Yeah. Brucon doesn't like the look of that rat, so he's going to hang on to his bonus action and just make a single attack with advantage because of his big blue friend.
You've
is that-
got the these rats crawling all over you.
Oh, yeah, I do have rats crawling over. Okay, yeah, sorry. All right, so what's the what are my options here?
So basically, you can attack them, or you can attack the spider in front. You can attack anyone. It's just they're on you. So if you move, they'll go with you.
And you are blessed.
I know, I'm fully aware of the blessings
Cool.
of the 8. Can you like breakdance? Do like a head spin to try and get the rats off?
Oh, try and smush them a bit. Yeah, okay, yeah. Make a make a little performance check.
Make
for
a body
me.
make a body popping check. Performance, you say?
Yeah, make a performance check.
Okay. This with the blessing. Okay. 12.
12. Yeah, 12 is enough. Okay, so with 12, you start.
Thank you, the
you
8.
Stop, drop, and roll to the ground, and start breakdancing.
Stop
a
hip
little
hop
bit.
and roll.
Start popping some moves.
Yeah.
And with that, you do some damage.
Work
Do
it.
some
Make
damage.
it.
You can
Do
roll
it. Makes us-
2d4s worth of damage.
Just on the dice.
Just 2d4. Yeah, just 2d4.
Wow.
Wow.
Best roll I've ever done with D4s.
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage.
That's reduced to 3.
Thank you so much for the blessing, because I'm pretty sure 9 would not have done the trick.
Has its uses.
They definitely do.
So smash into those rats. You hear it, and one just pops when you roll over it.
That's me, Brucon, and Fleeting.
The other 3 people.
Did
What-
you want to move at all?
No.
Well, so
I-
my question was going to be, I'm assuming that the breakdancing routine was in place of a full action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So still got movement. And the swarm is on me.
Yes, they're like inside your clothes. They're around your feet.
They're in my hair.
They're in your hair. They are in his mane of
They're
beard
in
as
his
well.
mane of beard.
Mane of beard, mane of hair, all the manes.
Into the mains of Tamuth. Right. Okay. So I would be able to go and flail in a horribly out of control manner down the corridor without incurring an attack of opportunity.
From them, yes, but not from the spider rat that's you're within.
Red.
Spider rat, the rat.
Happily, I came prepared for this scenario. So Brucon is going to pop a key point.
Hey!
Still hasn't used them.
I'm really concerned when the sheet came out of the folder. It's like
Yeah.
it's like I am prepared.
Yeah, it's going real. It's going down for real. So key point spent, not for flow of blows, which I still haven't used yet. Although someone else might have while I was away.
There'll be time.
But instead to use, which one was it? Step of the Wind, which is 1 key point to disengage or dash as a bonus action and to double jump distance, which he's going to use to disengage. It's not helpful that all of the evasive things are all beginning with the letter D.
Yeah.
It's like Rip Torn wrote this. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Yes.
No, he's going to disengage, and he's going to they're in my hair down the corridor.
So disengaging and
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
very quick. You've never seen a monk
Making the
wheelchair
secret.
I touched it! I touched it!
Making the secret signal from Team America.
Are they,
the signal?
sorry.
Yes.
Are they still on you or are they in that square?
No, they're still on me.
They're still on him. Yeah. Also, thank you, Martholio, for the for your fake dice recommendation. A non-magic using character in the party
Should
suddenly gets
really
the ability to cast a cantrip of their choice. I think that's a really cool little fake dice. So thank you for that.
Technically,
next.
should be pronounced, I believe.
Do we only have two?
Martholio.
Do we only have two non-magic people?
Yes.
Yeah, I can live with this. Yeah, that's a good. I like that one.
Yeah.
All right. So next, Malar.
He's going to toll the dead on this thing, that fleeting look is pulled off of his face. So can you please give me a wisdom saving throw, DC 13?
I can try. 12 on the dice, so it has +1 wisdom 13.
So nothing happened.
Darn it.
So sorry. Do you want to move at all?
No, I'm going to say put.
No.
This feels good.
Okay, with that, the glowing.
Actually, no, I will move. I'll move up in front of Marta.
The
in front of
glowing,
Varys.
glowing rat would like to move past the spider rat. Basically, so it's next to Fleeting, or perhaps between you, Malar and Fleeting, if it can. It's got 20 feet of movement. It can move through the rat.
Okay, so from here,
Yeah,
it goes 5, 10, 15.
I'd say that's probably as far as it can go if it's going through an ally.
Yeah, it's going for an hour, so that's as far as you can get.
Okay, it gets there. The green that's emanating from the sea, and you see this because you're the closest, Fleeting look. You're like, ooh, it's glowing. But suddenly the glow gets a lot brighter. It swells. This entire rat just swells up as if it's being pumped through full of helium. But oh no, nothing as whimsical as that. As it then explodes. So I need you and the spider rat and Malar and Neris
Don't say Neris.
to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, Neris is going to kill me.
Did Neris get blessing as well?
No.
No.
Oh, you got D4.
It's
19.
voluntarily
What's the
done this.
DC?
11.
And so what was it? It was
Dexterity.
Dex.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. As soon as I saw your dice, I was like,
No.
this is not looking good for you.
So-
Blessing does count for saving throws,
Yes.
chaps and
Yep.
chappesses, just to remind anyone who had forgotten.
So Neris isn't going to burn me alive. She got an extra 20.
Nice.
Great. Okay, so she only takes half damage. And also you take half damage because you rolled okay. To Malar, you take the full damage of this, and the spider rat also rolled a natural 20, so he takes half damage. But yeah.
I was like, what? This rat took half damage from itself exploding. And I realised it was a different rat.
So the full damage for this is 12 points of acid damage.
So the one that saved takes 6.
So if you save, you take 6. As the rat explodes, and the corrosive acid that comes off of it hits the spider rat itself, and it's already looked in so much pain, and that acid seems to be the final straw, so they both die in that blast.
Oh,
Nice.
does it work for us?
Yeah.
Bit of a kamikaze exploding rat there for you. So all that is left in terms of danger currently are all the rats that are circling around Brucon.
Yeah. They're way up
And
inside
it's actually
Brucon.
their time.
Just got a note from Neris of move her away from the monsters. You were like literally 20 feet away from them down a tunnel, so you were as far away from them as possible for that combat.
Oh, also, Marta wanted to award Bart
I saw.
Brucon with a lot of XP, which I'm afraid that's not how this game works. So
Because I say so.
Because I say so. So there we go. Okay, so the swarm on you, Brucon.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and nip into you again. This time they're going for your legs.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Mother. Yep.
That, happened. So let's roll some damage. Double damage. So, okay. They were deliberately going for your legs. And it seems to be that's your weakness. Oh, wow. You take 12.
Can you stop saying such horrible, terrible, awful things?
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
I've heard the words natural 20 and oh.
Oh, wow.
And oh, wow.
You take 17 points of piercing damage.
Well, that's Brucon down.
What?
Oh, shit. It's a swarm of rats around him. Biting into his, nipping into his legs.
Iron rule, for anyone who's not super familiar with D&D, Big monster things, manageable. Swarms of tiny anonymous bullshit will kill your ass.
Yeah. That's a fair point.
What do you
Okay, so as Brucon goes down, the rats are just kind of enveloping over him, kind of like scarab-like in the mummy.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's
So guys, you've got to do
pretty
something about this. So that's them. Next is Malar.
What?
No, it's not. No, I misread that. It's top of the order. It's Steph. I'm so sorry. I just saw Brucon, and I was like,
Oh,
after Brucon,
I'll
it
take
wasn't
another
his
go.
turn.
Turning to Brucon, is there a way to drag him out of the swarm?
Yes.
You can try and basically what you
By
can do is
doing
you can
it.
try and if you try and attack the swarm, you can try and sweep them off of him. So what I do for that is you wouldn't get your strength or dexterity bonus to the damage, but you just get the dice roll to the damage, and I'll say that you can just try and like fend them off essentially.
Could knock them off.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, you do get a D4.
Yeah. So.
To the attack roll.
Can I do it with a rapier, or does it need to be something?
You can do it with your rapier if you like. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
so
can
rapier would be a
sweep
good
them
shout,
off,
'cause
yeah.
then
Yeah,
you
it's a
would-
rapier longer. I'm going to try and
try and
sweep them all off of his body.
Yeah. Hence why it would do less damage as well.
And the D4.
So
And the D4.
yeah, well, that's 16 for that.
Yeah, that'll hit.
17, 18.
That'll hit.
Cool. So yeah, I'm going to sweep them all off the rapier.
Sweep
so
them off their feet.
does 3 damage because I don't get a modifier.
Yep.
Yeah, so just
3
3 damage to them.
Okey-dokey.
And
Reduce those things.
since that's the main action, I can't really use the bonus action to drag him or anything, can I?
No. You can bonus action to disengage, or else they'll nip you as you try and move away.
As we've discovered, could be fatal.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't want them to attack.
Not
Brucon.
quite fair to you.
No, I can see why you wouldn't.
I don't want them to attack Brucon while he's down.
Oh, right. Okay.
Thank you.
Or you could. No, you can't dodge as a bonus action as a rogue, can you?
Can I? Is there any way to position myself between them and Brucon?
Well,
Where I
you-
sweep them off. Try. And,
Not really, because you
This-
can't sweep them more than
Yeah.
5 feet. So
Oh, right, okay. I thought it was going to be more about the. Well, no, because they're on him.
yeah, you could occupy the space that they're in, and then Yeah.
Can I? I'm going to use my movement to pull. Sorry, a bonus action to disengage.
Yeah.
Pull back, and as maximum, so 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to try and just yell at the rats. It's like, come on, come this way. Just try and get them away from Brucon.
You're trying to lure them towards
Yeah.
you. Okay, interesting.
You do that irritating thing that everybody does around cats, which is
I've got cheese. I've got cheese.
As I'm pulling back, I'm just like,
Anyone have cheese?
as I walk past Fleeting, I'm like, Fleeting,
Yeah.
get ready with the hammer. So just,
So, yeah, all right. So you say that out to the rats. Hopefully they understand what you're
Yeah.
saying.
so I'm trying to pull
What
them
you
back.
mean? Okay. Yeah, intelligence 2. Okay. So, Neris, what would you like to do?
or rather,
She's
What would
been,
you like to do, Neris?
she's been hitting low on HP, so she's not going to go into the fight. So she is going to pull back as far, literally only 5 feet. That's as far as the rest of the cave goes. But I've been instructed to pull her back as much as possible,
Naturally
it's a
stick
whole-
down there.
so she can still see.
back towards
okay.
the scary squid statue.
So she's again going to prepare a fireball and go to attack for any rats that move down this corridor if she's got line of sight.
Okay.
So she's literally sitting there, fireball prepared. Neris is saying thank you. It was literally just 5 feet. You still would have been hit by the explosion.
Yes. Okay. So you pull back 5 feet and you're readying a fireball as
Ready in
before,
fireball.
basically.
So whenever a rat runs past, there is a firebolt ready in hand to blast out.
Okie dokie. All right then. So next on the list is Fleeting,
Should I help you with your little plan?
because
Which
You
is
can-
definitely won't go wrong.
You could ready a hammer.
Yeah, but I need to be like close to you because that's where that's going to be going towards. So I'm going to go here and then I'm going to ready an attack with my
23.
hammer just there.
you're readying your hammer.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, yes, they're all going to go towards Seth. This is definitely going to work.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Leo Brett.
What?
It does feel a bit It does feel a little like Arms of Hadar time.
I think he can get there.
on
If he could get there, to get to the rat.
Oh, they're not on you. If he can come into the tunnel, he can just.
sorry, I lost track of
Eldritch
where they at. No,
He's
where,
here.
that's where he is. Where are the
Rats are
rats?
like here.
They're by my.
They're by your,
Yeah,
They're by my.
they're by your-
not yet quite a
They're
corpse.
by your unconscious form.
Yeah.
you move
Yeah, he's not going to be able to pull that one off
5,
just
10,
yet.
15, 20, 25, 30. You can get just behind me, and you can probably Eldritch Blast down to them.
Okay.
Yeah, because Hadar might hit you.
1,
Or
2,
should I say Arms of the
Arms of
Archfey?
Arms of Hadar
5,
is
6.
Arms of the Archfey.
Yeah.
For flavour.
Zip zip. That's a 20.
20 hits, rough damage.
Oh yes, of course. What am I rolling for that?
D10.
Sorry, D10.
D10 for DK.
This is exactly why we split up, you know.
Yeah,
I just don't remember the details.
I'm doing maths, so it's 9 points of force damage.
9 points of force damage. That's a
Good
nice little
That
blast.
is a good roll, isn't it?
Oh wait, I've done that wrong. Okay, great. So next up is Brucon. You've got to make a death saving throw.
Yeah.
Yes.
Saving throw.
No,
No.
no, attack rolls was.
Oh no, you can use inspiration on your death
No,
save.
not inspiration. Blessing.
Bless.
Oh, sorry. Okay, well, you can use your inspiration on the death save.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna. Not the first one.
Okay.
If I roll a natural 1, which I didn't, but I did fail.
That's one fail.
Okay. Next time I might use it.
Mala.
Nala will sort of stagger up to the corner here, see Brucon on the floor being devoured by rats.
They've been not
In a
coffish.
manner of speaking.
In the early
There's
stages.
less of them.
Like Malar has got his shoulders leaning up against the side of the wall and he's like, oh. Presents his symbol, Chant of Divinity, Preserve Life, 11 hit points, and I'm taking the other 4.
Okay, so you get 11 hit points, so you're now conscious on the floor.
You damn right, Scotty.
4 for you.
And I would like to
That also
back
cancels
up.
out your failed death save. It's great. Okay, excellent. This is a good job the cleric was before the swarm, because else this could have gone terribly.
Yeah.
Because
Brucon sits bolt upright and goes, they're in my beard! What?
intelligence of 2,
So
so
I brought you
the
back,
rats
you might be about
going to roll, make an intelligence check for them to see if they go for you or if they carry on with Brucon, or go for you lot, should I say. Okay, 15 minus 4, 11. Alright, 11. 11 on the dice means they are still going to go for Brucon.
-4.
While
This
he's
is
down.
like fleeting in real life.
So does this might miss actually. Does a 12 hit?
No.
No. Okay, so they tried to get to you, but now that you're awake, like whoa, whoa, I'm just like flailing your arms and batting them away from you, but they're still on Brucon.
No more beard for your supper.
So
Seth.
as I see that they've literally not come over, I'm going to go back towards him, and I'm not going to try and brush him off. I'm going to try and just skew as
Screw
many
them.
as
Yeah,
possible.
like you did with the
Rat
rats that
over
Rat
time.
kebab.
So making a little rat kebab.
Blessing.
Blessing.
Oh, that not the dice. That's awkward.
So that was a 7 originally, but
Yeah.
the dice hit it to a 17. But it's a 7 plus 1
I appreciate your
plus
honesty.
6. So 14.
14 hits.
So
Roll that damage
rapier.
there. And you get sneak attack because Brucon is your ally and he's conscious.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, actually I do. Let's double check that. So, wow, 2 6s from the 2 d6s, and a 3 from that, so 12, 15, 18 damage.
18 damage. Alrighty then, with that, you skewer 3 of them in one hit. There's now only a couple of what was a swarm left, meaning they might be slightly easier to deal with. Okay, so you doing anything else?
No, I'm going to stay there. I'm not going to move away from just 2 little rats. So I'll stay there around Brucon.
Okay.
So next, is Neris. So she's seen literally everyone leave this cave. So she's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. As she gets to the cave entrance, she's just going to look out and she's like, are the rats all gone? I'm just going to take a little step out. She can't really see until she gets here. And she sees just two little rats left of the swarm. So she's going to firebolt.
Burn, fuckers!
Okay, so given their current position kind of on Brucon, this will up their AC a little bit, but she can do
I doubt Neris cares.
just so you
She
know.
really
The,
doesn't. She
the
doesn't
extent
like,
to which Neris is like, oh, that dwarf whose cousin
doesn't-
pissed on me, I better not burn him alive.
Okay, yeah, Firebolt, make an attack roll.
Oh no. No, I wouldn't have hit anyways.
What is it?
7 plus 4. So, 11.
No, 11 would have hit originally because they had an AC of 10, but with the extra cover that doesn't hit. No, but so trying not to hit her friend who she nearly, or colleague who nearly...
business associate.
And
Yeah,
a
business
little
associate.
flashback of rats.
She just remembers a dwarf and the stream of urine into the eye and just like firebolt just goes off in completely the wrong direction. Next is Fleeting.
And that's the story of how Neris became racist against dwarves.
Dwarf peed in my eye.
Just urine in the mind. Yeah.
The urine of your mind.
I'm just picturing Brucon.
Not what I said, but let's pretend.
I'm now just picturing Brucon waking up to how nice you think his party is. He wakes up to me stabbing rats over him, a firebolt coming over him, and now hopefully Fleeting standing there with like the battlettes going, don't move. Don't move.
I just imagine like a golf swing.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's obviously because Fleeting Look is actually here, or should I say Dan is actually here. He can actually tell us what actually happened. So what are you doing?
Can rats understand my language?
Which language do you speak?
Common and infernal.
Yes.
No.
Okay. Can these particular rats? Okay. Then in that case, my clan's out.
I mean, I would say that Fleeting. What's Fleeting's intelligence?
Oh, low.
It's above average. It's above
11.
average.
Okay, so I would say
He ain't that low.
you're not sure. You think that maybe they don't speak
Okay.
the language.
In that case, I'm going to probably do more harm than good if I intervene, so I will lay on hands myself and 10 points of
I
healing.
think the most
I'm
helpful thing I
feeling
can do,
woozy.
I think the thing I can do that's most helpful for the team right now is look after me.
Up there. That guy's still being swarmed by rats.
In
I
the-
should
it's
really
again-
help.
And I know, and I recognise that there's been some doubt cast on this, but Paladin.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to have to apologise. I haven't really been myself for the last 2 or 3 hours. I don't really know what's been going on. I kind of feel like I'm in a bit of a haze, and now I'm just woken up in this cave.
Steady on with that fourth wall,
Inverted
buddy.
back to my previous form, and everything's a bit confusing, so apologies for my current actions.
Same old Fleeting that refused to throw a bucket of water on a carriage of burning children.
There weren't any burning children in there.
Chat doesn't need to know that.
So in the darkness of this cave, you roll back your eyes and you think, and you remember the vision that you had when you were dreaming inverted, as in bat-like form,
I'll help later.
of the tunnel, of the cave
I'll be
entrance,
around
of the
later.
wand, and that wand seems to glow, and you think, and you suddenly a vision enters your mind when you were back in the temple of the Eight, the great temple in Rundar, and being introduced to this entity called Omenak, and it seems to speak to you in this in that same soothing way, and you feel yourself feeling better and rejuvenated as a result from your lay on hands. Just to colour that a little bit. Next, Leobrin.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Blessed.
And he wasn't subject to blessing, was he?
No.
19.
Hits. Of damage.
3 points of force damage.
3 points of force damage.
I feel like
Well-oiled
your
machine.
rolling tray is...
I rolled 9 last time. Let's not forget that.
So we shall find out Brucon. Unless Leobrin wants to move at all.
Probably away a little bit.
Back it up. Back it up.
I love how away
Oh, looks
is
like we've got a
into
badass
the
over
unknown.
Further into the cave.
We've got a
Yeah,
badass
I was gonna
swarm of
say.
rats. Right, Brucon, you say?
Brucon, indeed,
Brucon
yes.
does indeed come after Leobrin. Breakdance.
Breakdance!
I wish to roll for breakdancing. once
Alright,
again.
okay, this time it's going to be an acrobatics check because you're going to try and flip yourself up whilst also
Excellent,
doing
that
it.
works. That suits my purposes just fine. We've had, 4 or 5 rounds since the cast of blessing?
Oh, it's still live. It's
Still
still
active,
So it's
yeah.
been like 3 rounds, I think. 3 or 4. So
Yeah,
it's
something
all
like
good.
Well, you maintain it.
Yeah, I
Cool.
think we're on the 4th round now.
Okay, so that will be 17.
Is this
How
an
much?
attack roll?
17.
17 hits, so that's so it's same again with the damage.
2d4.
You don't get the D4. Well, that's a check, isn't it?
No, you get it for attacks.
Or is this an attack?
It's an ability. It's an ability check we did this time, but he gets 2d4 damage. He doesn't get the less.
No, but
with
the
it.
question is whether the bless...
Okay, if you take the bless off, that'll be
50.
Yeah, that's fine.
No.
But yeah, bless wouldn't count.
Wow.
Okay,
That's how you
new
roll
plan.
D4s.
Brewdog.
Brewdog.
Brewdog. No,
Brewdog.
Brucon is now a combat breakdancer.
I want a beer
That
now.
is consistently the best rolling he's pulled off so far.
So describe to us how you destroy the last two of these rats.
Brucon starts the round conscious on the floor, aware of rats. I'm guessing there'll still be some dead rats scattered around as well.
Very much so.
Brucon sort of first move, you can feel the movement, is to do the old handspring routine, just bounce back to his feet. But because he's a monk and is addicted to stunts, he is going to do it in a sort of weird, funky way where he goes to do the regular handspring thing where you kind of go back up on your shoulders. But then continues the movement and goes over his head. So
like almost rolling.
Basically, from flat on the floor, he just kind of whoop and he's back up on his feet. And as he goes over, he sort of shakes the rats free and then stamps on them.
Done.
Yeah.
Nice. Excellent. Okay, so the immediate threat has been destroyed. Malar, you're next in the initiative order.
Are we still in initiative?
Yes.
For the moment, yes, you are.
He's going to come back out. I've just watched him flick these rats off of him. Impressive.
Thank you.
I think I'm just going to actually plough a healing word into myself, to be honest, because I'm running a little bit low at the moment. So I'll do that.
You don't want to do it.
I'm just doing a healing word.
Just doing a healing word
on myself.
On yourself. Okay. just chanting to Festia. Just Festia, help me now. And you get some health back.
Yep.
That was a maths face.
Yeah, I thought that was a praying to Festia.
I know.
Face.
I was really, really worried then. I was like, he's having a stroke.
Maths. Because at some point you have to count numbers, or indeed add numbers, or subtract numbers. And sometimes you've got to remember what stats are applied to those numbers.
With how much I've been watching episode 0 lately for making the clips, the amount of times I've seen Jack be surprised at me doing maths quickly. He's just sort of like, that was fast maths. It was 3 dice.
I took 3 numbers and I turned them into a single number.
Power of maths!
Yeah, maths.
Okay, so from further in the cave here,
with our biggest squishy at the head of the line.
you hear a squeal like that,
what?
that of a mighty boar.
No, didn't we come in from that way?
No, you came in from that way.
No.
You were running towards the exit.
Okay.
Sorry, Marshall.
And fleeting note, you turn to your left and you see emerging out of the darkness, a very large rat with a large snout and 2 tusks poking out from its face, charging straight at Leoberon.
Wait, so the hell is that?
Where do you want me to start this?
It's just going to catch up to where Leoberon is if we put it next to him. It's got a hat. I don't know why.
Wow.
Is
there a way to show this on camera of the beauty of this Lego rat boar?
Yeah, you may realise I literally made that on the spot. That one because I forgot to prepare that particular.
It also appears to be a hideous Playmobil Lego hybrid.
Yeah.
Hatched in the maddest laboratory.
Does a 22? I'm guessing a 22 hits Leoberon.
Yes,
Yep.
22 hits nearly everything.
Just checking.
Well, let's just
Let me just check.
check.
The guy with no armour.
He takes 10 points of piercing.
Well, he's down.
slashing
He's
damage.
gone. He's down.
I love that you backed Marshall up to a safe spot.
And with that, with Leoberon now down unconscious on the ground, you see this slightly pig-like.
You do realise that you just rolled
rat.
3d6, and if they'd all come up as a 6, he would have been.
Actually, it was a d6. It was a d6 and a d8, but yeah. I'm not making this shit up. So, you see this pig-like.
The man decided to randomise literally everything. Eventually there comes a point where the DM stops being responsible for what happens to a character.
So you see
none of us are looking at this. We just turn around and say, "That was a good job."
Leobra's
down.
on the
Oh,
floor
no.
being gored to death.
As you see the greenish form, because of his clothing, fall down to the ground, the cape is then grabbed in the maw of this
Don't
pig-like
drag him away.
rat, and
Don't
it
drag
starts
him
away.
dragging
No,
him
don't
back
dare.
away.
No,
How
son of a bitch.
far?
Yeah.
It can go another 10 feet back.
I'm using its hands as its square thing, so it goes 5, 10. Bye, Leobra.
Okay, so you've got an unconscious Leobra being dragged away from you. So, top of the round, Seth.
I'm gonna run over. I turn around and I see Leobron being dragged by rat pig man. 5,
Ganon.
10,
Rodent of unusual size.
20, 25, 30, bonus action to dash, 35, 40, 45. I can't. Flanking doesn't work on an incapacitated party member, does it?
Not with one, no.
No. Cool, so it'll just be a norm. No, I'm going to try and get behind it to stop its attack, so I think I can just get to there. It's not really... Actually, sorry, I'm going to stand him up solely because that's his square.
He's a large creature.
Oh, is he actually?
Yeah.
So that's that 2 squares he takes?
Yeah.
So he takes those 2 then.
It's a big rat.
I'll move him there. Cool.
Huge rat.
So
Yeah,
going
huge
to attack with the rapier. Wow,
Default.
that is a 3.
Oh, yeah, you're not
And
getting
it's a 9. Wait,
What?
Well,
But
you
yeah,
never
add the
know.
D4.
11.
11 is its armor class.
Wait!
Yay! Bless
Bless.
for the
Yeah.
save!
So
You
tonight's
were blessed
tonight's
indeed.
MVP is the 8.
As it
Sorry.
seems like the rapier isn't going to make it through the tough hide.
I would
you
say-
feel a radiant
I would
energy
say,
come over you and powers
Malor,
behind
but
your
as a man
strike.
of the cloth, Malor would
It's not
I
him.
actually
He's-
do get
he's-
sneak
yeah,
attack,
it's a
sorry,
god. Give me a
because
sword.
I'm within 5 feet of him and no other creature is within 5 feet of me. And I'm
Apart from an
swashbuckler.
unconscious one, so yes.
No, he's not within 5 feet of me because it's a 10-foot creature.
Right, anyway, but yeah, that's fine.
So I
yeah.
actually do get my sneak
You
attack.
do get sneak attack as swashbucklers.
Yeah, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13.
13 damage.
I
Nice
can't
one.
wait till Brucon hits level 3.
Me neither, man.
I totally
It's
forgot that was
really
why I
cool,
took it, so I
it's
could do
really
this. So yeah, 13
How far
damage.
are you?
Okay,
110
bonus
HP.
action or...
Okay.
I used bonus action to
That's
get over there. I
Right.
literally ran half the map.
Of course. Okay, next.
Next is Neris, that she's standing there, she's like, the last of the rats are gone, it's okay now, and there's another rat, and
It's the
firebolt.
rattiest rat of all the rats.
Firebolt. Okay, so make an attack roll. Got to beat 11 for its armor class.
9 plus 4, so
Yeah.
that hits.
Hits, yep. Roll
D10,
D10.
stealing yours again. 8
Nice.
damage.
8 fire damage. Oh, you can smell
What's the
like
range on firebolt?
a mutated
120
pork,
foot.
a
120
mutated
foot.
bacony smell
Yeah, she moves back a bit.
coming from it.
15 would be enough, because it may move again. Yeah, so she's just going to move back behind everyone else.
Okay. And next up on the board, Fleeting.
Let's go do something useful. Was that there or there? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I can get it there. I'm going to attack the ROUS rather with my battle axe. I've still got the
Okay.
triangle thing.
Yep. I've got my triangle.
That doesn't do much. 7, 10. Annoyingly.
10 unfortunately misses.
I will do nothing.
Whoa.
You even got 4.
Still distracted by the image
Sorry,
of
that dice.
Omina in your mind.
No,
you
the
whole
miss
point
the
is that it's
strike.
you even
got 4
So,
Very
Leobrin is unconscious and needs to make a death save.
Which he passes.
On pass. Excellent.
I am better at saving other people than myself.
Okay, Brucon, it's your
Yeah,
turn.
it is.
There it is.
Um,
Monk your way over there.
yeah.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not crazy about launching him directly into the fray, given what just happened.
Can you dance?
So he's gonna
Break
hold.
dance,
He's gonna hold it
round
there, using his action to dodge. Yeah, he's kind of he's put it on the bit sort of inspecting its movements, getting to know its kind of reading its aura, getting a general understanding of how it attacks and so on.
Sure. Okay, sounds good. So Malar next.
Hearing commotion, like kind of just having healed himself, comes out. Oh, Mr. Leobrin. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm in melee with it.
Okay.
I'm going to whack it with my stick.
All right.
So bring back out the quarterstaff.
I'm literally going, bad rat!
Wrong.
That's going to be 19. So yeah. That
19 hits, roll damage.
Single-handed, so it's just one of those. 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
5 points of bludgeoning damage. Okay, so whack it on its head. Seeing, in addition to the rodent-like eyes, it's got a pig-like snout on it and tusks coming from out of its jaws. It's a hideous and very large sight. Okay, Mal, so that's you. Okay, so its turn. So it first of all is going to with its quarry is going to try and make it run for it with Leobrin in its jaws. So all three of you get opportunity attacks as it heads that way.
Head that way. Well, okay, let's do this.
11 exact.
It's a hit
I don't get. Oh, wait, I do.
because it's not your turn, so you do get sneak attack. You only get once per turn. Once per your turn. Anyway,
Per round.
per round.
8, 13, 18, 21.
Points of damage.
Bro,
Okay.
I rolled.
fucking relax, man.
I rolled okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you hit?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you want to roll for damage?
Yeah. Rough damage. Yeah.
5.
5 points of damage.
And Malar does 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage.
Which, by the way, it just seems pathetic compared to.
Come on, you're a cleric.
3 points of damage.
Yeah, you're a cleric.
That's all I do.
And aren't you a level? I know you're the same level as him, aren't you?
Level
Level
3.
That's all I do.
But you're a cleric and you're not war domain, so you're not trying to be anything like as tasty in a fight as him. What's disconcerting is I'm also a DPS, a light dexterity-based DPS, and granted I'm a level behind, but what?
Well, considering I rolled 21, the max damage I can do with sneak attack is 23.
Yeah.
They were pretty good rolls for that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
I thought that was applause.
Fleeting look. Describe how you destroyed this hideous
rat
large
boar.
rat boar type job.
Oh, I kill it. Wonderful.
Yeah, you got it before. You got it, but I want to see what Malar did.
What is
anyway.
it? What is it carrying? Leobrin
Leobrin.
by
It's got Leobrin by his cape.
his cape.
Yeah.
Okay. Could I just kind of? Yeah. Why not? Could I chop off a little bit of Leobrin's cape so it gets lodged in the giant rat thing's throat and the stuff gets death?
Okay, I'm gonna say for this, you can make it a performance check to see how well this goes.
21.
Okay, it goes pretty well. So, in just the right angle, the strike makes the rat recoil, and as Malars just starts fruitlessly bashing it with his stick, to die, you devil, or whatever you want to say, it chokes to death. Yes, in front of you, falls to the floor.
What?
Can
Yeah.
I,
Well,
please,
well
please tell me at some point we get like a flashback or something that it reveals like the process of Fleeting Look deciding to become a knight of all that is good, true, just, and pure. Because
Paladins don't necessarily have to be that.
You should. I'll tell you what. A good place to start with that is reading Fleeting Look's backstory. Now, we'll be uploading backstories to our World Anvil page. I'm just
Wow,
waiting.
Jack, how can we find that?
Well, there's a link to it on our Twitch channel if you scroll down the page. The only thing I'm waiting for currently, actually, the only backstory I currently don't have is that of Leobrin. He's currently unconscious, but the rest of you, I
So
can
in
put
no
up.
position to do it anyway.
During the end of the battle, I've just been informed this on our chat by Neris. She's going to get the cape bit from the rat and
Yes.
cast mending
Mending.
for Leobrin.
She took that cantrip. By God, she's going to use it.
She is going to do this before he wakes up,
Okay,
so that he
sounds
does
good.
not know that half of his cape was down a rat pig's gullet.
Can I make an attempt to actually stabilise the Oberyn without using magic?
Yes, you can. I'd say because of the initiative order, you would need to make a death save. But even if he fails, and even if he fails with a 1, he'd still be alive. So yeah, you can just stabilise him. Yeah.
And he failed with a 1.
Ah!
Yeah, failed with a 1. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my medicine check is 19.
Yeah, you can stabilise
so
him.
Everything's good.
Oh yeah, he got a success. I was like, did you just kill him?
No, because
because you were on a while.
Because I rolled. No, I'd rolled. That was the third death save I'd rolled, but the first. It was the first one I rolled for Lee Oberyn.
I did
was successful.
He just
Did we just kill
died?
Again, if you are going to play a character with the Constitution of -1 and then randomise your hit point,
it's when they die out of combat. We've saved them.
Yeah.
Marshall comes back next week. Yeah, what's happened? You're dead.
Do you have a second character? No. That's a bit hard.
Roll randomised stats for your second character.
Incidentally,
-1 on con again. Oh!
actually, it's -2 on con this time. Oh, okay. So yeah, no, all of you. Yes, I would advise making a second character just in case, or at least prepare it and roll it if that happens. But anyway, so with that, you managed to defeat this great beast, saving your half-elf companion, your eccentric half-elf companion in the rough. And he now is in the rough in more manners than one.
As he starts to come through, and he's like, "What happened?" He's like, "Your cape's okay." It's like, "What? You're okay? Sorry, you're okay."
Unfortunately, he is still unconscious. He's just been stabilised for now. So the cape has been fixed, so that's healthy.
Can I scoop him up? And I will take him back to the cellar.
Yes.
I will lay him down in the cellar, make sure he's comfortable.
Mm-hmm. There's the remnants of bedding there from where Seth was.
I'll pop him on that and just leave him there to recuperate.
Where did you leave him?
In the cellar.
Just out there.
Sorry, the actual cellar. Sorry.
Excellent. Would you like to give me Leo Green's character sheet? Neatly taken out of the picture.
I would bring him back, but I'm down to 3 slots. So.
No, that's fair, and I think he could do with the rest now from that.
Since I'm literally standing at with the junction from the combat, can I do a perception check down each of the 3 tunnels to see if I can see anything else coming?
I mean, we're out of combat order, so a bunch of us
are out of combat. Yeah. So yes, you can make a perception check.
Brucon would like to get in on that perceiving action.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, get on it. I did nothing.
20. Not natural, but 20.
20. Oh.
He did twice as good. So let him look.
Okay,
yeah.
so
Brucon is highly attuned to rat-based threats at this moment in time.
Yes.
And is scanning.
We're just sort of standing back to back looking, and I'm like, nothing down this way. We start to walk around. Brucon's like, man, there's a lot down there. Yes, that's what I meant. There's a lot down there.
Totally saw those. So many things.
The things I've witnessed.
It's when you roll a perception lower than your passive.
So Seth, what you notice, Seth, is dead ahead of you, going down that tunnel.
It's a tunnel.
The cavern opens up. You've been going gradually downhill as you've entered the cave, and straight ahead of you is a stream. Is an underground stream. It looks to be not particularly deep. Maybe half a foot deep, a foot deep maybe, and it looks like there is also more. There is a further tunnel on the other side of it. It also looks like if you wanted to, you could follow the stream down to your right. It doesn't really go anywhere to the left. It seems to be coming out of a hole in the rock face.
Okay.
So you've got 2 options going down that way, but the rest of it you're not so sure of. Brucon, however, does look around.
Thank you for letting me have one of the tunnels.
You got one of them. I think
that was
that's fair.
useful.
With a 10, that's
so.
fair.
Which tunnel was it? Sorry, it was the.
So it's dead ahead of you. One says to tab 5. That's that one. Brucon, you check out to your left and to your right.
Seems to say to tab 5.
Seems to say kiss me, kiss me. No. So looking to your left, which is the in a not that you know, but a northerly direction. You can see a faint purplish glow coming from ahead, and a few fungi just dotted around the periphery, framing that tunnel as it heads off to your left. And to your right, you can see the tunnel heading further down. This one seems dry and still, on the edge of your dark vision, you can make out that there's another sort of junction further down that way.
Okay.
Can I ask, because literally only Fleeting was out of the cave, can I ask him which way he saw all the rats coming from? If they all came from one direction. Because based on our trips through the wilderness, we are all terrible at survival stuff.
Without wanting to override the player,
No, override him,
I would say you need to make a persuasion check
Take my character, man.
to see how useful the information he gives you will be.
Oh boy.
19.
19. Okay, so he is actually going to be helpful this time. Because he was just going to say they came from down this tunnel, which you guys are literally just in now. But as you rolled that, it seems they came from the right-hand tunnel.
Thank you.
I think that's fair. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I did a good. Okay, I'm just checking.
Did good.
Okay, so you are currently at a crossroads. Which way would you like to go?
I'd like to suggest we go the way that they came from.
Yeah, Brucon just kind of goes. Yep.
They're all different types of rats, and the room that we came from with the statue had a well-made big axe trap, which suggests something smarter than the rat.
And a vial and a journal, which Mallow has a hold of.
So if someone's sending them, I'd like to go meet them
Now we heard you.
and kill them.
Now we heard you conversing with the voice.
Yeah, did you not hear that? Like, no one.
No.
No one heard that.
No, you just...
Magic Man? No?
Who do you
uh,
talk
Magic lady? No?
No.
Magic
Perfect.
useful kind of guys? No? No one
Sorry,
didn't
what
hear a
was the
voice?
question?
Okay, well, that's just like-
Yeah, that's right.
No one heard a voice.
No.
No.
Cool.
No.
That's it.
That's all we hear.
So, okay, did anyone hear the laughing?
No.
Is no one hearing us laughing?
Are you sure you don't
Nope.
want to go up there with the Oberyn? Like, are you feeling okay?
I was going to... The Oberon, magic, do.
Lobrin's gone, he's not here.
Damn. That's
Mr.
good
Seth, what was it you heard exactly?
Just then, laughing.
Anything else?
Let me check. Voice.
Hello.
Still laughing at me? Okay, it's not laughing now. It was a minute ago.
Brucon pulls out a pair of oval frame glasses. Puts them on. So tell me, how does this make you feel? Does his voices tell you anything? And also you get are the voices? Is it one voice? Lots of voices? Do
One
they tell
voice.
you things?
One voice. He was speaking to me when we got to the...
Does
sorry,
it
Drake,
happen when you've been drinking alcohol?
Drake and Lazarus would just like to add, wait, does anyone else hear barking? No, just me? Okay, so, carry on. So,
No, done with this bit now.
take you off your stride.
Mr. Seth, maybe you should take it easy from here on out. I wouldn't want to overwork you, any such.
But there's no one hearing the voice. Is this what happens when you pray to something? You hear a voice?
Oh, no, when I am seeking the aid of the eight, I am going deep within myself, and it's more a sense of presence rather than a literal voice. It's a communion with the world around you, rather than a literal anthropomorphized thing.
No, he's just talking to me.
Okay.
He hasn't talked since the cave and the fight. This time was just laughing, but it's definitely talking to me.
Given that I'm a scholar,
Yes.
and
a
yeah, is there any religious connotations to hearing voices in your head? Demons,
Oh,
devils,
Yeah,
extraplanar
make a
entities?
religion check, see what you can come up with. Also, does Neris have any spell slots left?
No, she's got one.
She's got one. She has detect magic on her spells if you want to do that. So she tells me.
No, I don't want to make her waste that, because everyone could have cast it
Yeah.
really nearly.
Yeah, but okay. 19.
Well, I really want to save that for a shield.
19. Okay. From your days studying the eights, particularly where not just in, I think it was
Hammerfern.
Hammerfen. That was it. Thank you. So your time at Hammerfen, which of course has the greatest of the temples of the eight, the most prestigious. Yes, voices in your head is not unheard of. It's certainly uncommon. There are those who are supposedly eight-touched, who may claim to be have the voices of the certain gods within their heads. It's more generally associated with somebody who is cursed or to do with devil worship and that sort of thing. It's more, it's something nefarious usually.
Mrs. Sepp, we have never discussed the classical measures. Who do you worship?
Huh.
Good answer.
Reach deep into the character sheet.
1 second. I have that.
You should have it right
I did.
here.
You feel
Right here, you
Malar, you feel the glow of Festia from within, as if approving of your remarks. But you also feel suddenly drawn to the journal and beaker that you picked up as well.
Agraful.
Agraful.
Yeah.
Okay. Agraful being the god of essentially the god of justice. He's the god of the struggle. Is the official title.
Well done at
He is one of the
remembering.
eight. Yeah.
Like just knowing your guys top the head. Well
I did.
done.
I did make.
I was going to say, yeah.
But yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's like just really well remembered. Yes, I chose. Yeah, I mean,
It's
I
associated
choose
with
yes.
justice, the High Court, that sort of thing,
Most curious.
and battle and war.
Yes, I'm
so he
familiar
chose
with
him for the second
Agrafel.
half of that.
I'm familiar with Agrafel. This is most curious. Most people do not receive such missives from him. Certainly not in caves, I believe.
Well, maybe it's something to talk about when we're out of the cave of rats. And
I
saying
dropped the
that,
journal.
I take a quick just peek down the tunnels, make sure there's no rat coming while we've been talking.
Oh, I agree. We should deal with the issue that we have been assigned here for Mr. Jack upstairs.
So yeah, I'm gonna suggest the party is like, should we head down towards the way the rats came from, or another way?
Oh no, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Lead the way.
I should say with the 20, in addition, so all of those things I've said are true. You also hear a very low humming sound, kind of distant from you, coming from across the stream,
Across the stream.
like an electrical, like a generator.
Right. Okay. So
Obviously
assume
that
we
doesn't
throw that
exist.
into the discussion piece. Brucon's perspective on this would be we've been asked to clean rats from here, take out rats from here. They went that way. That's the way. That's the obvious way to go.
By the way, we'll remember about the river to come back to. But yeah, if we head down this way, I'd like to start stealthing if I'm walking forward.
The
Okay.
bless has dropped. As you start to move off, I'll just
Cool.
tap you on the shoulder. Guidance.
Thank you. How much? Sorry, so this is the in-card. So how much healing are you still able to do?
Oh, if I sit on what the blessings I have for the day, I can dispense a few more missives of
I think
restoration.
Neris took an unfortunate couple hits from that lightning explosion. I do have a health potion left to give to her, and if you want to, if you need to.
No, such things
reserve
are
yourself.
quite expensive. I'm sure that if we keep Neris towards the back, I will keep a close eye on her. And she's on 3.
She took 2 explosions.
Oh, well, I look over at Neris and she's swaying, I guess. Oh, Miss Neris, what's oh no, screw it. Cure wounds. Right, we're on 2nd level only now. 2nd level spell slots only.
Oh no.
Oh no. Good maths. 3, 6, 11 points of healing.
Oh damn. So yeah, she's pretty much nearly at full then. So she's on 14, so she is back to good. So yeah, can I roll a stealth check if I'm walking through this corridor first?
Go for it. Yeah, make a stealth check.
2. So that's with guidance. That's another 2. 12.
12. Okay, so stealthing up ahead. You can remove the paper. It's just held down by blue tag. But anyway, as you head on down that corridor, you see another antechamber opens up to your right. When you get to the edge there, just so you can peep inside,
Yeah.
because I'm guessing you're stealthing, so you won't want to just walk straight out into the open.
Especially the fact that an axe was booby trapped at another place.
Indeed. So you have learned, you've been informed by your previous experience. What you notice in this next chamber with your dark vision, there are rows of long wooden tables in this room. Most of this space is taken up by those tables. The room is otherwise pretty filthy, and dozens of metal cages sit atop these tables. Dozens of them, most of them containing rats of all shapes and sizes.
Living rats.
The air is filled with the kind of chatter and chittering of these rats and the smell of their droppings. As you peek round the corner...
As I peep around the corner, I just go back like, Neris, don't come in here yet. Look in this room.
I disagree. I think Neris would be useful here.
As you peep round,
I'd rather not have it on fire
as you
yet.
peep round the corner, you hear a voice squeaking in your head.
Stay your weapons. Nibbles wishes to speak with you. Perhaps we can help each other out.
For the sake of can you get that subtitled?
Yes.
Nibbles wants to speak
Stay your
with us?
weapons. Nibbles wishes to speak with you. Perhaps we can help each other out.
I really didn't think it was actually Nibbles.
And
Perhaps
for the
we can
sake
help
of
each other out.
for the sake of copyright, can we just confirm this is a goblin of some sort?
Nope.
Okay, fine.
Can't confirm.
So
Did
you,
you say
you cannot copyright a funny voice.
Did you say in your head? In our heads?
If you could,
Yes,
come
as
awfully
in,
close to
as in,
infringing.
It would.
as in, you hear this. Nobody else hears
Oh,
this
fuck off.
currently.
I turn back.
So you're the only person that hears
I
this?
turn back and I'm like, Mallow, there's a second voice now.
Oh goodness. I would like to walk up to Seth. Again, hand on head, just no grace about it, just flunk.
I'm saying
you-
this one's telling us to stay our weapons.
Brucon goes, okay, and does the
like-
old Henry Cavill reloading his arms scene from the Mission Impossible trailer. Yeah, can do.
Malar, as you approach,
These are all I need, baby.
as you approach Seth to find out what the hell's going on with this
Yeah.
guy's noodle, you also hear a voice in your head
Yes.
saying,
Oh, you've come too. Put your weapons away. And Nibbles will speak with you.
Hello. May I ask who I'm talking to here?
Not the disembodied voice I ordered.
As literally as he says that, I say, you heard it too.
Oh yes, Mr. Seth. Please, I'm trying to liaise. I'll actually put my quarterstaff away, but my shield is still out.
That's
Who goes there?
The rapier.
Nibbles, tell your friends to put their weapons away and I will come out.
Mr. Fleeting, could you put down the battle axe or?
I dropped the battle axe.
just drops it. Okay, brilliant.
Oh, I wasn't being quite so literal, but okay. Mr. Brucon, maybe just.
Well, Brucon
unclench.
also does have a short sword,
Yeah.
so he'll do an elaborate flourish and sheath it.
I just look to the back. Neris, no fire. No fire.
Right.
I believe that
I'm not
is
making
our
any-
end of the deal.
She puts her walking stick, just tucks it into her backpack.
I believe that's our end of the deal taken care of, and Nibbles.
Nibbles!
Hello?
Is he one of the 8?
Oh, no. I can see that you don't read scripture.
So
Regularly.
ahead of you,
Medical
on
matter.
top of
Yeah.
on top of one, in the center of the central long table, yes, not a small but normal-sized, as in an actual rat appears before you, and you can all now hear this in
In
your
the cage?
heads.
Out the cage?
Not in a cage, on top of the cages, just sitting there on top, and you hear the squeaking of a rat. But that was a rabbit. But anyway, but inside your heads, you're hearing.
Excellent. You have now witnessed Nibbles of this abode. can I be of assistance to you?
What? Are you?
Oh, I second that.
Just for chance purposes, Neris is glaring after we said no fire and crosses her arms. But no fire so far.
Fine.
Brucon pulls out his leather drinking flask and sniffs the contents and then looks at the rat and back at the flask and back at the rat and back at the flask and just goes and just takes a swig
Of the yellow...
no of his own personal
Oh, sorry.
no
I was like, wait a minute, what are you doing?
No,
Okay.
It's your classic
I need another drink.
classic troporific. This is too strong, but I have more.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe that'll fix it.
Okay.
Well, as you have been of assistance to me, I can be of assistance to you. I know this cave like nobody else.
How have we been of assistance to you?
You have put away your weapons and cooperated with what I have asked.
I think we're going to have some questions. The offer of aid is greatly appreciated, but what is this? Who are you? Where have you come from? What were those other things in the that we've passed already?
And
Fuck's going on,
leave
bro?
it at those questions.
My name is Nibbles Brains Pinkerton, and I am a rat.
Now that everyone's started to understand, I'm just going to remember Nibbles. I don't
Nibbles
care what his last name
Brains Pinkerton.
I was awakened by the Rat King and given magical augmentations. My other rats that you saw, my brethren, also were experimented on.
Like
and
the
given
arachnids and the exploding things.
Yes,
And
the
the
spider rats and the exploding rats, yes. So,
And the dragon rat.
yes, all of those are all made by the Rat King.
Who is the Rat King? And
He made me second in command, which is why I know so much of the land.
that is most prestigious.
Why are you helping us then?
That is the
Well,
That's a good question.
And you, it's almost like a small violin starts to play as
Can
he laments.
As he says this, I'd like to insight check immediately after he finishes
Sure.
this.
well, for the past few weeks, the Rat King is burying himself in his experiments and all his expense of his other duties, and Nibbles is very neglected in the process. I've been left to my own devices. I haven't been given scraps for weeks.
Oh, no.
But I, like my master, have dreams of one day taking over the world.
There's Reed Velma.
Oh,
Wait, hang on.
that sounds so dramatically.
Unfortunately, the Rat King is completely mad. He was an elf once, but now he believes himself to be more rat than anything else.
And that's the mad part, of course.
I think with a group such as yourselves, you may have come here to overthrow the Rat King, and I see that you are quite a strong group. You've got some very large beings with you, and I was hoping to join. If you
Yes.
have space for me.
Drink.
Yeah, I mean, we've got our elephant rat, our demon rat, punching rat, fire rat. We've got a lot on our team, yeah.
Ah, but you don't have Nibbles. Nibbles the brainy rat.
We're asking, like, in this room, are there any traps as the previous room?
In this room?
Yeah.
Right here? No. I mean, there's all of these rats in the cages.
I'm gonna walk in, if hopefully not a trap falls. Oh, sorry, can I insight check that still at back? Sorry.
Yeah, of course.
6. Insight. 8.
Well, being that this is a rat
so
that is talking to you, but only through your mind, you're not getting any facial readings
You
off
know
of
what? That
it.
makes a shit ton of sense for an 8. Yeah.
So you got no clue as to. There's no real bearings other than his tone of voice to really show you if he's telling the truth or lying. And that.
I'm just staring a rat in the eyes, going, guys, I'm not getting anything. But yeah, I've gone into your room and gonna motion for them to come in once no trap has sprung on me.
Can I just... Sorry, Nibble...
Flash of orange just appears in Neris's eyes, and the rat Nibbles kind of plops.
Nibble's justification for turning face here was what, sorry?
He wants to take over the world himself.
He's been neglected by the Rat King, and he feels like he would do better striking out with another group, basically.
Oh, right.
Disgruntled housewife.
He feels like his career path is drifting away.
He feels like. I mean,
I'll have certain skills that I think could be useful and transferable to other businesses.
The Irish.
I
And
don't know who you are,
what
but
skills?
I do have a very specific set of skills. And I will find you, and I will kill you.
No, okay.
it's close.
Nibbles Neeson.
Yeah.
So for
Nibbles, Pinkerton, Neeson.
Nibbles to be the Rat King's second in command, what skills do you have?
Well, first of all, I can talk to you.
We hadn't realised that yet. Wow, that's really impressive.
Well, I have an
Limited combat applications. I would.
I have an interest in the arcane arts. And
I mean, you lost me.
Magic
Well,
talking
that's
rat.
Lou's bar.
Magic talking
As he
rat.
says that, can I pull out the medallion I took from the octopus statue thing and say, was it you who was in charge of this room? And show him the arcane symbol.
He sees it, and the rat stands up on two legs, and sniffs at it.
no, that was there long before we arrived. But I'll tell you what I can do. If any of you are magically inclined, I would be willing to offer myself as a familiar. If you,
Oh,
were-
sick.
If you ever were to require my services, I could be of assistance.
Hang on, that's the interesting thing about familiars in D&D is that they're usually fey creatures. So when they get bumped in the real world, they sort of zap back. If this guy gets bumped in the real world, he's bumped in the real world.
just
There's
to
no
check-
zapping back.
For chat, for Neris, if you're still watching, what do you think to having Nibbles the Rat as your familiar? Let us know how you'd like to react.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
I will show you my worth. I can tell you what you need to know about the caves.
Well, well, let me introduce ourselves here. I am Deacon Shade Creek at the Hammerburn Institute of the Eight, and well, we've been sent down to deal with a how do I put this delicately? Rat problem. An infestation into the tavern above. How about you?
Territorial dispute, I think, is probably the politically correct term.
Oh, yes, quite. Thank you, Mr. Rukon. How would you feel about maybe we release all of your rat brethren and maybe you lead them on an epic journey far, far away?
Form your own adventure group.
I'm now thinking of the
Indeed.
South Park episode, Lemmy Winks. That's literally what I've got in my head now.
But well,
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, no, this is the stat that I'm not good at.
I wonder what Drake Lazarus says. I
Although-
wonder what magical properties Nibbles Stew would grant.
Persuasion.
Yes.
19.
Power to steal cheese.
well, you do make a compelling case. But have you did you know that you can control the rats yourself and lead them on a merry chase if you wanted to?
Neris
This is an
doesn't.
amazing Morris and his educated rodents scenario.
Neris
Winding
doesn't
over.
say no for a rat familiar.
She says no, but she doesn't say no. She just glares at the rat,
That's surprising.
uncrosses one arm, and makes it start glowing
I
dark
was
red.
prepared to be like, just like lower the flame arm of like, no.
No.
What was the question?
The
You
question.
can control the rats yourself.
Oh,
I will show you.
And he jumps off of the table,
This is like.
and he scuttles across to.
Rats.
He scuttles across to an empty cage and just nestles into the straw bedding. A moment later, kind of comes back dragging a thin corked glass vial, and this comically doesn't actually fit through the mesh of the cage, so he's just like there with it trying to get it through.
Mr. Surf,
yeah,
would you mind helping him?
It contains a yellow opaque liquid.
Is it the same colour as the last one?
Yes.
Oh. I'll open the cage, try and take the vial out. Is it locked
It's
cage?
easy, it's just a latch.
Just latch, yeah.
Let me help you out.
Nibbles moves out the way.
It's back. So what does this vial do?
Well, if you drink it, you'll be able to control the rats.
It's a trap.
Hello.
All you need to do is take a small sip and you'll know its properties straight away.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah. Someone with better insight than my. Say 20 something.
No. 12.
Again, it's a disembodied rat voice. It's hard to tell, kind of hard to read whether they're being truthful or not.
Why do we keep trying this?
Why do we keep hitting our head against this wall?
We're tempted to. So, what will when you say command the rats, do you mean the ones in this room or all the rats here?
Well, it's only one per dose, but you can control one of the rats to do something.
One rat.
Yeah.
Like one of the big rats.
Yeah.
I would like to get out the original vial of yellow liquid that we got out, and does it look the same as the second vial?
Exactly the same.
Can I have a sniff of both? I'll uncork this one, and I'll have a sniff of that one. Are they the same?
It has the same kind of mustardy smell.
Just going to add a note to the inventory there. Rat control.
When you say this works
Yeah.
on rats, does it work on all beasts or just rats?
I haven't tried it on all beasts. There's only rats down here.
Brucon leans in.
Super curious to keep this.
Maybe I could drink it and see if I can control you.
We're okay with that.
See, now Brucon was just about to suggest that Nibbles demonstrated the powers of the potion. He's maybe gonna hang on to that suggestion.
Okay,
that's a good
idea.
I mean, it only works on creatures of low intelligence, so I would not be affected. But
Can you try it on our paladin?
okay.
Okay.
Listen, Nibbles, just before you do that, I've just got to say you are one of the more articulate voices I've had in my head. I've had a lot.
Oh, thank you.
You said you knew a lot about this cave.
Yes.
How many rats are there in here?
Well then, if you include the tiny swarms of rats, there's going to be in the thousands.
Wow, that's quite a few. And obviously, you being a rat yourself will know a lot about
Yes.
about rats.
Brucon rolls his eyes and turns away at this point.
I don't suppose you would happen to know the name for a group of assorted psychic rat mutants, would you?
It depends on the group. Because if it was spider rats, then I would say that it was a web of spider rats. If it was dragon rats, I would say that it was a
Rookery.
Right.
a scale of dragon rats.
That's very good.
If it was an exploding rat, I would say that it was a holocaust of exploding rats.
Thank you.
Woo! Okay.
I did.
We're going there.
I did see one of the. That's horrifying.
Correct.
I did see one of the exploding rats or explodants.
Oh, sorry.
a little bit earlier.
Sorry. I got the word wrong. It's a mushroom cloud of exploding rats.
A mushroom cloud. You usually get two
Yeah.
right after each other. Yeah. Could I first of all steal and log those names you've given?
Of course.
And as an overarching name for all rat mutants, and because I'm also a big fan of cheese and dairy puns in general, could they call them a brigade of assorted psychic rat mutants, please?
Well, of course, yes.
Thank you.
Of course, general rats, as in a group of non-magical rats, would be referred to as a mischief rat.
Mischief.
Please, yeah.
Thank you.
I think he said another pun while he's.
That's a genuine term. I looked it up
Yeah.
while you were saying that.
I think you missed his term for the exploding rats. What did you call them?
Oh, just an explodant.
Explodant.
Yeah.
Explodant. Yes, nice.
We've all done it.
Yeah, we've all been there. Hey Dan, love your work.
Thanks.
Keep it up.
my god.
That's all. Thank you.
That's literally all I had to say.
It doesn't contribute to our situation in any way, but I love it.
I'm gonna have to count like how long your character speaks and see about the total time you've spoken is like 30 minutes. 27 of it is pun related. Yeah, that's that.
If you are
man's
looking
RPing, what
for
can he
the
do?
rat king, then you would want to continue along this corridor. He has taken a prisoner, a red dragonborn, further down the corridor in the torture room.
In the what now?
In the torture room.
Okay, well we should...
The Rat King's
that
chamber
got real.
is further along, and his laboratories, further along the corridor past the demon door.
Can I?
Demon
Again,
door.
I'm going to have to ask you to clarify a little.
The demon door.
And this is a door made of a demon, to a demon?
It looks like a demon, yes.
It looks like a demon,
Yes.
Well,
but isn't a demon.
No, there are paintings of demons along the walls, but I've never been allowed through there. Though every time the Rat King has gone that way, he has taken a purple flower with him when he goes down there.
while he's talking to them, can I walk around the room and try and
He's
investigate
talking to you
it?
as well. You all hear this.
No, but while he's,
Yes, you can- you can-
While he's just
Meanwhile-
to other people,
Yes, of
can I
course.
walk around the room and try and investigate it?
Yeah.
That's useful. Can I change it to perceive? For an extra, damn it. 8 for investigate.
Okay, so really all that's of note in this room are the cages
Chills,
on the
buddy.
table full of rats. You do notice some of the special ones you've come across. There's some dragon rats, a
Is it
couple
the
of...
same size? Or same size or small?
They're same sort of size.
Oh,
Yeah, there's they're mostly in individual cages. These ones though, the larger ones. So there's a couple of those dragon rats, which are with the scales. One of which has red scales, and the other with green scales, rather than the blue you came across earlier.
I'm tempted
Um,
to drink that potion and see if I can control one.
There's there were also 2 spider rats as well, hemmed up in one cage together. As well as, from what you notice, one that you haven't yet come across. It seems to have a stalk sticking out of it with an eye on it. In fact, 2 stalks with eyes on.
Is it a rat snail? Rat slug?
What thing has stalks with eyes on the end
Snail.
in D&D?
Oh.
Oh,
Mr.
Nibbles.
Nibbles.
Nibbles. I have a thought here. Maybe you could be of some use to us. I would like to propose that we as a party, and I turn to the members of the party, we take a short rest here and consider our actions and head on in.
Do you mean ones we're about to take, or the ones we already have?
Oh,
Because I personally am feeling a serious urge to reevaluate my life choices that have brought me to this point.
I mean the fact that we're trying to make deals with rats.
Yeah,
I would suggest the upcoming actions, and if we have time, you can
That
have
makes-
an existential crisis after.
that makes I think I can multitask on this one.
I, for one, I think that this is evolved. We need to help this red dragon person.
Brucon leans in. I do have one other question. Is Nibbles your service? It's just your services you're offering, or do you come with the verminous horde that we see occupying this room, the rat pack? Yeah.
Well, I was thinking that just me on my own, as I'm easier to transport and less conspicuous than the whole group of rats.
Oh,
This
I
is
would
very
agree.
true.
Can you communicate with other rats?
Yes.
Okay, well, I tell you what, how about we take a short rest here and you watch guard for us. Make sure you come and alert us if anybody comes by, and maybe we'll take you along with us to assess the situation and rely on you as need be down here.
Okay.
he sounds very happy about that. And he, you see him scuttle off for a moment into another one of the empty cages, and you don't see him come out again. But you do see the straw kind of give way and push out as something appears, although invisible, appears to come out of the cage.
Some
Cool.
wacky shit going on.
Cool. Cool.
So-
Cool.
In the same size as him. Essentially, he's turned invisible.
Short
Cool.
rest.
Yeah.
Sweet. Can we assume we get a short rest?
Yeah, you get a short rest.
Sweet.
Yep.
I'm back to
Have
full
a
HP.
short rest. A long rest may be difficult, but a short rest, yeah.
Yeah, no, be short rest. Cool. Back at full HP.
And while you short rest, we're going to take a very quick break. We'll be back in a moment. And we are back. So, guys, you've short rested and healed up, I hope. In that time, nothing untoward has happened. Nibbles says your unseen guardian has been keeping an eye.
Attempted to use a hit dice. My left leg exploded. No,
Oh no! Oh god!
Can I turn the page over?
Yes. So you guys are going to continue on down the corridor.
Yeah. So we're gonna go where Nibbles told us to go.
Yep.
I just hate saying his name.
Yeah, me
We're going to go towards where Nibbles, the talking telepathic rat, has directed us to go, and make our way down the corridor. So I'm going to try and stealth forwards. And did you put guidance?
I will bop guidance as you start head down.
So I'm
Stealthing.
just going to stealth forwards to try and
Same
take.
thing we
Marshall's now watching now as well. So, hey,
Yeah.
Lobrin.
Yay!
Lobrin is unconscious and
You
stable
got killed again.
and has been
You're
left at
alive.
the entrance
You're
to the...
alive.
Yeah, you're alive. You've been left unconscious at the entrance to the cellar. So you are. So Leobrin is safe but unconscious for now.
Totally paying attention.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
not appearing in the rest of this adventure.
So not appearing in this adventure. You're quite right. So you're stealthing now. Seth.
17.
17. Okay, with 17. Starts
I've got a
to
5 on the roll plus your 4, thankfully.
Okay, so you start heading down the corridor.
Yeah.
You can remove the paper from that one. And you see another room to your right. This time, the first thing that strikes you is a table in the centre of the room. It doesn't strike you, it strikes your side.
The first thing that hits you is
As you look into this room, the first thing that really catches your attention is a table displaying an array of cruel-looking metal utensils.
We assume the torture room.
Some blood on them. You may be safe to assume, given your intelligence, that...
So, Nibbles' telepathy. I'm a little bit in front of the party to take a quick look. Can Nibbles hear me telepathically?
You don't know.
Nib.
Say it in your mind.
You've got to do it.
Charles.
Nibbles was the red dragonborn in the torture room. Oh, twatty rat.
Okay, I'm gonna.
So I'm gonna
I don't know. I don't know you've done that.
gonna come back. So I say there's a torture room, but oh sorry, there was no one in there, was there?
Not that you saw. What you did see. What's your passive perception?
12.
12. What you would have seen. So yeah, like I said, the table with the torture tools. There's also an open wooden barrel you spotted standing by the wall, filled with a bundle of crumpled clothing, and that's all you could see from where you were.
Cool. I'll head back towards the party and tell them I couldn't find the red dragonborn in the first room, but it looked like the torture room.
He's round the corner.
And the corner.
He's
Cool.
go in there and he's round the corner on the left.
Oh, were you not with Mr. Seth here?
No, you told me to go at the entrance.
Oh, well, I apologise. You really should accompany Mr. Seth if you know the way next time.
Oh,
Yeah, you wanna-
okay.
If you want to come with me, Nibbles.
No.
So
Yeah,
Nibbles gonna.
okay.
You feel a small lump jump in your pocket.
Cool. So he's in my pocket. This is great. We'll head down the corridor a bit. I'll follow the rat's directions.
Guidance again.
Literally, you're just going straight down the where you were before.
Yeah. So I'll just head a little.
Yes,
bit
on the
further.
right, on the right.
And there's the table in front of you again with the torch tools on it,
Yeah. So
and the
is
barrel
that
opposite.
Is that the room that he thinks the dragonborn's in?
Well,
She's not in there.
yes, he is.
Okay.
Just go in.
I'm gonna look for a trap.
Okay, investigation check.
Yeah, what happened to the last people that followed a voice that sounded like this?
What do I need to roll? Sorry. What am I rolling?
Investigation check.
They saved the day.
15.
They did after they were betrayed by
16.
that person.
Well, he
Yeah.
didn't betray them. But
16.
He died. What?
16.
16.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean,
Okay, so
if this metaphor
doesn't
holds
look
up,
like there's any
it's
trap. It's an
looking pretty good for us.
open sort of doorway cut into the stone.
Cool.
Be eaten by a
I'll
spider.
go and where
Or
are they?
lose a finger.
Go in
That's
south.
valid.
They're on the wall on the left.
I'm gonna look on the wall.
Are you going in the room?
Oh, sorry. I already assumed I've gone in.
Oh, you've gone in.
Sorry,
Okay,
I've
so
gone in.
sorry,
I'll check the
you've
trap.
gone in, so now you can see it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So on the wall on the left-hand side to you is a red dragonborn just chained up against the wall. He looks kind of aged. He's tall, wearing what looks to have been once a white silken shirt. It's now stained red and brown with dirt and blood.
How bad does he look? Like, if I took him down, is it going to kill him?
I mean, he looks like he was quite strong in his time. Like he's got quite a good sort of V-shaped build, and you can see there's still some muscle there.
Can
But
I,
he
can
looks
I-
like he's seen better days.
Can I try and undo his shackles?
Yes, you can. You need to make a dexterity check using thieves' tools, which you have.
Yeah, and I'm proficient in them, so I have my proficiency.
So it's dexterity plus your proficiency. Yeah.
That's 20.
20. And with that, after a moment, you manage to get both of them off, and he just kind of drops out.
Can you stand?
And he does land on his feet, but then he gets up to his full height, which is towering over you.
I've gone from being prepared to.
Essentially, yeah, he's closer to Malar's height. He's very tall.
I was literally prepared to drag him.
And you can see sort of a whitish beard, just quite a wispy, short one, just on the end of his chin.
Before he speaks, I'm just going to. Can you walk?
Yes.
So I'm going to motion to him to follow me, and I'm going to try and lead him back towards the party. So,
and he understands what you're saying.
Yeah, just when we come to the entrance to that room, I'm just going to check to the right where we haven't come down, just to make sure nothing's coming yet, and then head back towards the party.
Okay, looking right, you can see, so just across the path down that way, there's also a stone walkway further down, and just in front, just beyond that, is it looks like a faded fresco of robed humanoids with kind of fish-like heads, each carrying a purple flower in their webbed hands.
So I looked, and I'm going to say to Nibbles in my head, is that the demon room you were talking about?
Well, that's the demon door.
Who was it you were talking to?
Not important right now. Let's just get back to the party.
Oh man!
Help.
I thought if I check time.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to explain to someone about a talking rat.
Right, sorry.
Sorry.
To continue.
Yeah, we'll carry on.
Okay. And he follows you back, so stealthing back. So you want to make another stealth check, and he can also make a stealth check.
No, I don't.
Can he though?
26.
26. Oh, you are just like shadows. He, however, is not as stealthy as you, but he hunches down. It's like he looks like very much the embodiment of, you know, in Skyrim when you just click the sneak button, like he's just doing that. The 7-foot-ish Dragonborn, now sort of down to half that size.
Cool. So I'm going to try and, as we start to make towards the party, quickly direct him towards Malar. So I'm going to be like, Malar.
Oh, hello, friend. Are you?
Hello.
Are you well? What's happened here?
I've seen better days.
Oh, I think we need to deal with this situation. Are you able to offer any advice or guidance or assistance? Who are you? How long have you been down here? And what's happened to you?
Would
That's 5 questions.
Would you mind if I took a seat?
Oh, of course.
There's actually no seats, but he'll sit on the table.
Yeah.
Just kind of takes his tail and just pops it on top of his lap. So I am Thresh Mountain.
You died. Classic me from Marshall.
Classic, yeah. That's coming for Drake Lazarus saying you died to Marshall saying what's happening. Classic me. Also worth noting that Neris does speak Draconic. Just so you know. Anyway,
the Dragonborn speaks common, so
the Dragonborn does speak common.
Neris just has her own private
if she wants to have a private conversation, I don't know. Anyway, I lived a solitary life in the mountains, and I was driven out by miners some time ago.
I feel like the three of us need to figure out something about voices because we're verging on copyright infringement. Oh no, we'd already established you can't copyright a voice. Never mind. Forget it.
Wait. I didn't know who that was copying. I was just doing.
I just mean that it sounds very similar.
Similar to ours.
My Brooklyn voice.
I drift into you.
And the Malar's voice. Yeah, and I do the same.
God.
I was seemingly taken by the Rat King some time ago. I've been here at least 3 days. Though what is time down here, it's hard to tell. I really wish to. I don't know what plans he may have had for me, but I would very much like to go find solitude again. I don't do so well with people.
Are you able to give us any assistance with the Rat King? Or let's say that the path is clear if you do need to leave.
Oh,
Well,
I would advocate that we have a colleague further back in a cellar. I would go and wait with him, and Malar rummages through his pockets and. Do you eat dairy?
I haven't. I have from time to time.
Block of Stilton, just.
And he just takes a bite.
Oh,
Ooh, it's strong.
There is
It's
a
very good.
there is a colleague of ours dressed in green and lying down back in a cellar. I would appreciate it if you went and waited with him.
Right. Thank you all for your assistance. I respect your martial prowess, particularly a couple of you, and your ways of the shadows, my friend. May it serve you well.
Flaming Jack sent us to kill a couple of rats. We come out with a Dragon Ball.
Which is risky, by the way, because of the whole Rachir thing.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what the Rat King's plans were, but he did take some of my blood.
And gave some of it back by the looks of it.
I'm saying very good, yes.
Were there,
Fucking alright.
were there any other people with you at all? Have you seen?
I'm the only one you're the first people I've seen in quite some time. People, yeah, I've heard voices, yes, but...
Approximately how many of the voices sounded like this, Mr. Sal?
There was definitely one that sounded like that, yes.
What did that
Nibbles,
voice
get
say?
out here.
Oh, it was mostly telling me that I was here for the good of the Rat King and that I was, they were doing experiments and required me for this experiment.
Did Nibbles tell us about an experiment?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I've
He said,
definitely mentioned a couple of
Yeah,
those
yeah.
experiments.
No, I didn't know if
There it is again.
getting ritual and
Wait,
experiment.
did the talking rat mention experiment?
Jack time! Yay! we got it there. We got it just in time.
Just in time.
I like that James is the most resilient person here on an emotional level. Because you broke me earlier, Bart was on his way out.
Oh,
But the amount of, Dan's just chipping away at James, and James is just there, he's just enduring.
It kills me to my soul.
one day we will break you.
Make sure the Rat King doesn't take your blood. I hate to think what experiments he could do with that in his grasp.
Fair, you go rest, let's say, and it's our ally is half elf?
Yeah.
It's a half elf.
He's an elf. I know.
Like two of us here, yes.
No,
No.
one of our allies.
Sorry, you're not the Rat King
No.
takes the form of an elf.
No, you'll trust me.
Okay.
Definitely not a king of any sort of aristocrat really related to rats or.
I haven't heard.
Neris just kind of
Possibly something else.
Neris just kind of brushes
I
you
haven't-
guys aside a little bit and just
This conversation-
you just hear.
I was about to say I haven't heard Neris glare in a while, so I was gonna be like,
Oh, right.
No,
Yeah,
she
still
she
Neris.
speaks in Draconic is what that was to him, and he just do any of you speak Draconic?
No.
Excellent, good.
No.
That
No.
means I don't have to tell you what they say.
what did they say?
You don't know.
No. What was the things? I just wanted to know to
Yeah,
translate
make
it
the
later.
You
noise.
wouldn't-
Make
you
the
wouldn't
noise.
know, you wouldn't know.
Could you say again?
It's
just so I can
draconic,
repeat?
it's-
Have you not created
Stop.
an alphabet and a language for this?
I'll be honest, no.
Can you
No.
give us
One
one-
thing I haven't
just give
done.
us one
Damn.
Long time.
Give us,
Damn.
one more go at it. Let me see if I can translate it.
Okay, so can you make a intelligence saving throw? You don't actually have to do that.
No,
I
he
didn't have to do
cannot.
it, I didn't have to do it.
Marshall just said, Neris, don't speak Draconic, it's a trap. I spoke Draconic in DK's session yesterday and he
He
killed
killed
me.
me.
Did you? You killed him for speaking.
You're like, well...
There are reasons.
So,
So anyway,
kill
he's
is
he's
such
gonna
a
start to move on
strong word.
towards
The prime of
Oberyn.
existence,
Mhm.
momentarily.
I'm going to suggest that
Existence.
part that I saw was it
Not just
there was
vitality,
a door,
but
wasn't there?
existence. Damn.
Yes, yes, the
Ah,
door
cool.
with the fresco.
So there was a door there, so we can bring the whole party forward safely.
Oh,
Ish.
this is the door that sounded like.
The Rat King's on the other side.
Okay.
The demon door.
Demon door. Do
Yeah.
we not need a flower for that?
Do you want a flower to go for it?
Purple flower, I believe
Demon King
your
went-
companion.
Every
Rat
time that the Rat King went through that door, he had a purple flower with him.
Do we need it?
If you go through there and your head explodes, and your head bit.
Do you know
From
where,
your head.
Do you know where these flowers are?
I know that the Rat King used to, he would sometimes take one of the rat bear pigs, there's a couple of them in cages here, to use their snouts to stuff out.
Hang on.
Hang
Hang
on.
on.
we go.
The river.
Hang on. What did you just call them?
Rat
Rat
bear
bear
pig.
pigs.
The rat bear pig. Half rat. Half bear. Half pig. Rat bear pig.
And was that?
I
by
told you,
chance-
Rat Bear Pig is real.
Was that
I'm
by
super ethereal.
Super ethereal.
Super ethereal.
Was that by any chance by a river that they'd look for it?
No, it's to, if the river is on your right, then it will be straight ahead. There's a purpley glow.
So back at the fork, the left, not the forwards. Should we head back towards that to try and find a flower?
Let's head back with the Dragonborn guy.
Oh yeah,
His
purple
way.
glow.
So we'll take him back that way. Thank you. So if we go to it, then it's
Yeah,
that
where
way.
do we post Leorin?
So we're gonna head
We'll
towards.
post him over there.
Before,
so,
if you would
Yeah,
just
so we
give
send
me
it.
a moment, and he starts stealthing again. Oh, he rolled a 19 that time. That's much better. It goes back the way he came back to the torture room. He comes back a moment later, and he's holding a quarterstaff in his hand. My only possession. Let's continue.
So yeah, we'll head back to the crossroads. We'll direct him to the left to say that's the way back towards the Flaming Jack's bar.
Yep.
and our
Half
ally.
elf in a rough. Can't
And
miss it.
we're gonna head forwards towards the purple glow.
Tab 2.
Okay.
Can't miss it. Man.
Thank you.
Many
Thank you.
rocks in the ceiling can attest.
Thank you, friends. Yes, I didn't get your names.
Oh, well, I am Deacon Mallar, Shakereek of the, he does his spiel.
Yeah.
We've also
You
lost
heard
what
the good
tab that
news.
is. Is it this one?
For what?
Tab 2. There is
Oh.
no tab 2. Is that
Oh.
one?
Oh.
Is this tab 2?
That says back tab 6.
No, that's no.
Yeah, this is tab 6.
That's
Is
tab
that
6.
the
That's
other?
that's. Oh, there's somebody ripped that off. That's
Yeah.
not good. I guess it might be tab 2, but that doesn't look like it because that's the
Okay.
river there.
Oh, that's
Right,
so
we'll-
it's the
we'll-
other one, which is oh shit, I might have lost it. Anyway,
It's fine, it'll still be somewhere.
Anyway, so introductions.
We've been there.
So Neris, I'm Neris Aradel.
No.
Yeah, that's all she says.
Got it.
Hey,
There you go.
you
That's
folded
number 2. It folded over. It was
Brucon Reed.
Brucon.
Pleasure.
Seth Withook.
Just gonna go
Seth-
giving out your name.
Seth-
Wanted man.
Seth Withook.
Yeah.
Okay, Seth and
Fleeting.
Guys never asked.
Fleeting.
Look, we're feeling-
How whimsical.
So adorable.
And your friend up the front,
Leo Brun.
Leobrin. Well, thank you all. I'm indebted to you.
Oh, when you're in the cellar, I would take precaution to hide somewhat with the draconic and Richir, and we're going to have to broach the subject amicably with the bar owner.
I am not from Richir.
Oh, they won't mind about that.
Not the friendliest places to strangers, this
Don't just
country.
Right.
stay in the cellar and keep a low profile.
Oh,
Did we get his name?
Thresh.
Yes, we did.
Thresh Mountainborn. Yes.
Mountain ball.
Mountainborn. Yes. Thank you, friends. And Neris. Okay. And he leaves.
It's not.
He's not going to be waiting around with Leo when we get up top. He's heading straight back to wherever he can. So I think he said something about a mountain.
Then yeah, we'll start to head towards the purple glow of the mushrooms.
All right, cool. So let me just find on here where that is. Okay. So you head back the way that you came, back to the crossroads. You go past the stream, which will now be on your right-hand side. You hear it trickling past you, and right, you enter this next area. As I said, has a bit of a purplish glow to it. In fact, I think this could do with a music change.
Entrance here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
With the
That's
glow,
entrance.
does Malar need a light or can he see?
Oh no, see, Neris has bopped light onto a candle for
No,
me that I've
that's
been
what I meant.
holding.
Like, can you see outside of the candle now?
Oh,
That's what I meant with the glow.
Interesting.
Yeah. What is the light level?
So it's still there is no natural light.
Still clear.
It's only from
phosphorescence,
your own.
but not enough to.
Yeah, exactly. There's a purple dim, but it's localized and it's only enhanced by your natural light that you're bringing. Well, the light spell, in fact, that you're holding on your candle, which Neris is periodically
Can we?
giving to you.
Is it is it smelling or hearing? Your perception's better.
Smelling.
Sorry. I was like, can we hear anything?
Make
Sound corridor. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
make
echoing.
perception checks so we can see and hear.
That is a 4, so that is a 6 total.
6. Can't hear anything.
Fair.
Um,
No one else want to go?
particularly from down there.
Sure.
What you can see with your dark vision, even in the area that you're in, is, as I said before, this fungi that seems to be coming, just almost skirting around the edges of the cavern walkway, but it seems to build up further in until it's covering most of the floor, and you can see those circles there just denoting where a lot of fungi
Purple fungi, they don't look like the purple flower.
We've never seen one.
Make a nature check. I
There's
haven't used
that
that one
motif
yet.
on the door that he saw, but
18.
18. It appears actually on closer inspection that actually the purplish glow doesn't appear to be coming from a fungus. It's actually coming from from some fire beetles that appear that you can just see occasionally moving from place to place within that area. They're giving off the purplish glow.
Can you just pull back to chat just to see if Neris reacts to beetles? I know how she feels about rats now, but Neris, if you have any qualms with beetles, let us know.
Algor is the rat king.
Could you imagine?
The
Rat king,
The Rat King is a series of tubes.
Oh, that's gives me an idea for a voice. Okay. We shall see. We'll give it time. But in the meantime, yeah. So you notice that occasionally these fire beetles, giant fire beetles, I mean, it's much bigger than a tiny little beetle, walking around and foraging on these mushrooms, chewing away on some of them, giving it. As you look further in, there is a dim purplish light spilling through there. You're just on the edge of it where you are.
Could Brucon have a go at a perception check?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, that's alright. 14.
14. Okay.
14.
So from what you can see, some giant fire beetles crawling around in this forest of fungi that's covering the cavern here, in all kinds of shapes and sizes. These fungi, some squatting down to the floor, and others towering up 20 feet or more because it's a high ceiling in this area. And you notice a couple puffing out golden glittery spores every so often.
How big is a giant fire beetle?
How
big is a regular fire
So a
beetle?
giant fire beetle would be like that big.
Okay.
Where is it?
Can I just say, the fire beetle part, is there any part of them that is actually fire that Neris can cast control flame on?
Not that you know of.
Like,
Do you have control of it?
solely
Yeah.
because Neris has responded in chat. She says she's indifferent to beetles. The next message says, enjoys occasionally torching them.
They make a funny pop sound.
So I'm just wondering
So-
if
so-
there's a bit
so
of fire
beetles-
inside that
beetles
she can
very
use
much-
control flame to pop one.
So beetles very much fall within the is a thing that can be set on fire category as far as Neris is concerned.
It fascinates them because bad beetles
By
because
fire, by fire beetles because fire, yeah.
Because fire. Yeah, no, there's nothing
Fire in
on
them.
here to note fire-wise. It might just be a name like a
No.
firebug.
No internal fire, she can explode them.
No lava, I think.
Probably a chemical reaction.
Just checking. Cool. So should we start to make our way through the cave?
Mr. Seth, would you like to check out ahead?
I'll scout ahead.
With your nature check, you got an 18. Is that right?
Yeah, I'll be on 18.
Yeah. So you identify that the yellow the fungi, the yellow puffball and weeping wig, you also notice as well, which are used for some sorts of alchemical brews. And judging by the colour of these yellow puffballs, you would guess that they probably go into these potions that you have acquired.
The rat control potions.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll harvest later. This seems to be an ongoing thing of us. It's like, oh, we'll come back and harvest this later to the diamond cave. I missed that cave.
A mental note has been made, don't worry about it.
And now I've got a note on every page. Diamond cave. So you're rolling for stealth guidance. Natural 20.
Natural 20 for what, sorry?
Stealth.
Stealth, you're stealthing ahead, alright.
So my total for it is 30.
30, okay, you are stealthy.
I have the 9.
And you start moving on up ahead.
Yes, I will go as far as possible sight-wise to go around this corner and take a look. As far as 30 allow me, if I see things, I'll watch for a second to get where they are and come back.
So we're just stealthing up ahead. The only things that immediately catch your attention are the fire beetles. They don't seem to be paying any attention to you, just nibbling away, the purplish glow. But up ahead of you, down that corridor there that you can see, as you round a corner in this great cavern, you can see a much narrower corridor up ahead of you.
As he rounds the corner, Brucon is going to sneak forward to try and not catch up with him, but to stay within sort of a nearby
human chain.
I'll be the little
gotcha,
relay station. So
That's
stealth check.
sensible, yeah.
Melee range of
Don't roll on the gap between two bits of table. That's
Don't
the
roll
lesson
in the
here.
tray, don't roll in the
that
gap. I
warps
don't
this
think
week,
it's the
so
surface. I don't
not
think
very
it's
useful
the
anymore.
I was going to say it's yeah.
Seen better days.
So that stealth check was a 6.
6, so you step on a few fungi as you will
Start
get up
tripping
level
balls.
with him.
Yeah. So if you go to like there.
Can I see any enemies ahead?
You can't see any enemies ahead of you. What you can see, that's on the edge of your dark vision. Okay, so
Damn.
a shallow pool of water seems to cover the floor further down in that narrower corridor, and you can see floating serenely on the surface are a couple of large dark purple lotuses.
Can I see the ceiling along this cavern?
There's also a stone statue of a fish-like humanoid in priestly robes that eyes seem to stare ominously at you. Again, this blackish mucus seems to be glistening over its form.
You also just skipped over my. Can I see anything on the ceiling?
Oh, sorry.
Are there any spiders?
Make a perception check. You didn't make a perception check before, did you?
I asked. I was like, no, natural 20.
There is nothing on the ceiling.
We're spider safe. I'm going to motion the party forward because I do.
However,
I'm like, Cap, stop!
However, with your natural 20, you do notice a fungus move towards you on the floor.
No, pull
next
back,
to your
pull
foot.
back, pull back.
You're round a corner.
And it makes a surprise attack against you.
Whoa.
And it's paused.
Does it beat my 30 stealth?
No, it's not. It's not so much that. It's Brucon's just run up next to you.
No.
Well, he's
No, I
back.
very specifically said I didn't run it.
Oh, sorry. Regardless, even if you're stealthing, you do have a weight, so they would sense it if you're in their area that you're there.
Yeah, stealth
Doesn't
doesn't
matter how stealthy.
stealth
you
doesn't
are.
make you cease to exist. So things that can
20 stealth, 20 perception,
I've
stuck
reduced
up
my
on by a
tangibility.
mushroom.
Yeah, but
Essentially, you walked
how
into the
many
mushroom
many
trap,
mushrooms have you come
essentially.
across with eyeballs?
2? Didn't we fight some before?
Yeah,
Do they
with
have eyeballs?
Don't
They're
know.
eye. Like they're not known for perceiving things through like, mundane senses like what we've got.
Does a 14 hit?
No.
No, there we go. Well, it tries to this violet fungus tendril kind of comes out from it and tries to wrap around your leg. Doesn't do any damage.
Cool. Are we in combat?
Yes, you are. Everyone needs to roll initiative. Don't worry, there's more than
Well-
one.
Rolling. oh, fantastic! That's
Fantastic. That's
good.
just what I want to hear.
I was worried for a moment there, but then you really set me at ease. Well, it's more than I rolled last time.
Okay.
Wait, who are you rolling for?
Well, that was.
Well, you just
that was
test
gonna be
roll.
that was gonna be Neris.
-5 dexterity. This is
Yes, he's
ridiculous.
taking it.
Okay,
He's
okay,
okay.
basically you've got to beat 12.
Cool.
Uh,
I failed.
No.
26.
You beat 12. Okay. 26 for Seth. Did anyone beat 26? I'm guessing probably not. No. Okay. Anyone beat 20?
No.
No. 20 to 15.
No.
Okay.
Sorry. Count.
15 to 10.
13.
No, it's just 10.
13, you said. Okay. Just above the fungus for fleeting. 10
No,
for
it's 10.
Neris. Okay. 10 to 5.
9.
9!
I got 7.
9 and 7. Lovely. I'm noticing a general pattern here.
Yeah. I can't roll fucking shit when it comes to initiative roll.
Yeah, you're stacked for initiative. But you're not bad. It's just
No,
your
I just
rolls are
my
terrible.
initiative rolls are just relentless garbage.
Being
Yeah.
a dexterous guy,
That's
yeah.
true. Sorry, I didn't. It was 25, not 26. I'm sorry.
Well, that makes all the difference. No, it doesn't.
Sorry.
Fuck
What's
you,
your
bottle of initiative.
7. I was swashbuckler. This is my one from level 2 character sheet. I haven't printed off a new one for level 3. I was going to do one to level 4.
Yeah,
because
that's what I do.
Because I'm going to put my
Okay,
dex up again. So
I'm going to
plus
use
8.
dice to represent the mushrooms that break out to attack.
Are we being attacked by Goombas?
Yep.
So there's one next to Seth. I'll bring up the. No, let's bring up the action cam.
Action can. Let's get on that one dice.
Brucon, 2 appear, one on either side of you.
Are the numbers significant? Or?
Nope.
No. Okay. Either side of me.
Well, yeah, one either side of you.
The mushrooms have flanking advantage.
Currently have flank. And so this would be the surprise round as well. So, those 2 on Brucon. Okay, 1 natural 20.
Twice in one session.
They make. Oh, they make how many? Okay. So you take. So with that first critical hit, you take 7 points of necrotic damage.
Yay.
Yay! It gets 1 more attack on you.
Oh, good. 7 points you say.
Yeah. Does a 20 hit? Yes.
No.
Yes, it does. We've answered that. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Sadistic.
4 points of necrotic damage to that. The second one.
Ow.
Then the other one makes, because they make a d4's worth of attacks, which is crazy. But only 1 for that one. So does a 16 hit?
Yep.
Okay, and you take another 5 necrotic damage. So you've taken quite a bit of necrotic
Yeah.
damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Brucon.
One more appears in front of Seth, making a surprise attack. Sorry, making 2 surprise attacks. First one does a 13 misses.
Yep.
Second one, 21?
Yeah,
Hits.
it's
Good. I mean, not good, but 4 necrotic damage. 4 necrotic damage to you, and that's it. So now top of the order, Seth.
annoying thing is that goddamn second one just got rid of my sneak attack.
Brucon's probably about to die, by the way.
Not die.
No, well, certainly going unconscious is a very high likelihood pick at this point.
Cool. I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage. Going to come down to this one here.
Yep.
I am going to attack, and I believe I've got flanking, so I get advantage on it. So 17 on the roll.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. So
I'm a cast of 5. Just thought you should know.
that's bad. 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay. Yep. So you do a lot of damage. You cut that mushroom down to size. It's still there.
What?
Yeah, there's a third of it left.
Cool. So that one's down. I can't really do too much else, but I'm going to I didn't see any enemies up ahead.
Nope.
The waves behind, so I'm going to speak at normal levels to the party that we are under attack by mushrooms.
And Neris is like, oh god, not again.
Damn it, she was there last time when I sprung a mushroom trap.
Yep. Alright.
And Seth believes this is him that's caused this mushroom trap.
Okay, so next is fleeting.
Wonderful. I'll come help. 1, 2. I'm going to attack that mushroom, please.
Attack it. God damn it, do
Is
it.
it how much?
You got to beat an AC of 5.
Which you do.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah, rough damage.
Thanks.
Right, hammer or axe, this is very important.
Go for 4 damage.
4 damage. Okie dokie.
You got spell slots, right?
Yeah, but it seems silly to waste them on mushrooms.
His first ever divine smite. It's like, fuck.
I was going to say, this is literally the only time you use Divine Smite is going to be in the final confrontation with the big bad evil guy. And on using the video game logic of, but what if I need it later?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He does only get 2 per long rest.
Oh, 3.
3.
My god, man, use them. I thought it was 2.
Yeah, especially seeing as,
Who's next?
Next is Neris. I really should give out the things.
Neris is going to.
Neris.
She'll come around just a little bit, so she's got line of sight on the one that Seth attacked.
I've got this wrong. It's me next, and then it's Neris. Can I have that number 3?
No, we've resettled this now. I have a 3.
Would you like to take some
don't,
balls?
yeah. How many times
to
are you
play this
gonna?
game?
How many times are you gonna taunt the DM?
A tidal wave of water blasts you.
That's already on the fate dice.
So one more fungus appears behind Seth
I'm staring.
for a surprise attack.
You argue with the DM. This is exactly what happens.
13 misses, but it does have a second attack.
Am I still? Can we still get surprised? Like,
You can, because this one was hidden.
did it?
Blended
Dude,
in
stop
with-
arguing!
No. This is actual question.
Yeah.
Because I rolled the perception of 20 before.
Yeah.
Did it
But
beat
because
that?
they are indistinguishable from other
Okay.
mushrooms when they're not moving.
Yeah, no,
it
that was an
doesn't
actual
matter.
question because I had a perception
Yeah.
of 20. Yes.
No,
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 that's
otherwise,
totally
otherwise, yeah,
reasonable.
you would have
That's totally
spotted them for sure.
That's fair.
So 1 hit on you, so you take 1 point of necrotic damage. The dice do like you today. So they can, so the rest of them can only move 5 feet at a time. So those 2 are going to basically move 1 square towards, like that. Lovely. All right, and the other 2, one's definitely going to make an attack on Brucon
Yeah.
because he got flanking. 19 hits.
Yep. Probably dead now.
4 necrotic damage.
Yep. Down.
Okay.
D&D sure is fun when the DM crits you all the freaking time.
The
Sorry.
DM goes before you, crits on you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Then
Brazil.
your
Yeah.
healer goes
Yeah.
after you.
I was here for this fight.
The one that's been cut down will go for Seth. 16, is that hit?
Yeah.
Okay. 8 points of necrotic
Nice.
damage.
Really?
Guys, we can't go down to mushrooms, okay?
I think you'll find
Eventually,
we
we all go down to mushrooms.
We
Yeah.
can't be a TP
Sure.
clown mushrooms.
can. Oh, I assure you it's possible.
Cool.
No, we
that's
can't.
then.
You're
So
right.
now it's
because
Neris, I
Leobrin's
do
not here.
apologise.
So Neris is going to
Leobrin can't be
up
one
to
of
this
the
one.
five.
She's going to
Because it's
firebolt at the one that I cut down.
It feels
the majority
appropriate
of.
to me.
Okay.
So that's this one.
Yeah.
No, make sure the damage is right though. Natural 20.
Oh, double that damage. That's 2d10.
D10.
I mean, if you've got a spell slot left, I mean, kill it with fire.
10 damage.
10 damage. Okay, with that, she smelts the.
So she what?
Yeah.
Smelts its ruin upon them.
Smelts.
Yes.
That's a word,
Smalt
is
smoke. Yeah. Have you not heard Gandalf use it in Lord of the Rings? I smelt his ruin upon the mountainside.
down
What does that mean?
Error.
Like
Family
snuffing.
friendly
Snuffing
culture.
candle.
Cool.
it? Okay, I'll let that slide.
That's gonna actually now she's gonna pull back just a little bit, but she's gonna stand.
As in smiting, but a past tense of smiting. There we go. Smite.
Neris is gonna stand in towards the middle of the room because are they similar to the mushrooms that we fought before? Or
They have a similarity. Yes.
and as a free action, is she able to like just briefly look around and see if there's any immediately around her? Because
She can, yes.
she's been in there more
You
often.
can make a
than
perception check.
Oh, mushroom's going to do the thing we find in every cave.
12 perception. So it's 15.
15. There are purple mushrooms everywhere.
No, undistinguishable from these ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's going to stand in the middle where she's like as
She's as close to danger as possible.
as far from danger on one side as possible. She's like
She's gonna-
looking around her, sort of like, okay, who am I burning next?
dissipated with fire.
Yeah.
Okay, next is Brucon. Brucon the thief.
Failed!
Failed a death save.
Yeah. But the heal wiped the first failure, yes?
What?
Yeah, we reset the death saves if you.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Malar, it's your turn.
Oh wow, no. 5, 10, 15, 20. Right, okay, here we go. It's going to be a second level cure wounds, which is the good
Not
news for
smout.
you.
Yes.
So it's gonna
Might be another
2d8.
need for smout.
Ah, shit.
I didn't like what's happening.
That's alright, I'm pretty healing.
It's good because I'm pretty unconscious right now.
$10 points of healing.
I'll take it.
Marvellous, cleric.
Happily, I hung on to a hit die.
And then,
So forget the
that was
chance of a short rest
25?
after this.
Yes. No, I think it's 20 actually.
Actually, am I in combat with... No, I'm not.
Yes,
no,
you
I
are.
am. Okay, I'm not moving. That's it, turn.
Okay, top of the round, Seth.
Cool. Then I'm going to turn around and hit this one behind me. 7 plus 6. Oh, they got AC 5, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it hits. Got my sneak attack.
On the one behind you, yeah.
I don't like that. 12. 15 damage.
15 damage. Okay, yeah. It's you cut it down, but it's still little pieces of it left. Still moving, still wriggling.
Brucon's man. There's nowhere I can really move to easily.
You're right, we're surrounded
No, just like
by mushrooms that move at a pace of 5 foot around.
I don't think I really realise they move at 5 foot, but I can't really move anywhere because it goes on Brucon or in their way. Yeah, I'll stay where I am, take a hit then.
What do you mean moves in? What do you mean in Brucon's way?
I can't move here and then like get around. Cause I feel like if I move there, in Seth's mind, the mushroom's going to get you.
Right. Okay. I mean, Brucon's pretty zippy. Brucon's already pretty zippy. So.
I don't know you're up, sorry.
Okay.
Yep, fair
Yeah,
enough.
so I'll end my turn there.
Fleeting, it's your turn.
Chop the mushroom again.
Chop it with your chopper.
Yeah, that hits. 21.
21 hits, yeah, so one roll of damage.
7.
7 points of damage.
Wait, no,
No,
that's a 9.
that was a 9.
That was a 9.
Sorry.
9 on the dice, so that's what?
10.
10 points of damage, great. Okay, again, you cleave a great amount of this mushroom off, but some of it is still intact. Tendrils wiggling at you. And then it lashes out at you to attack you. Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Okay. You take 4 points of necrotic damage. The one next to the one on you, natural 1, so it just disintegrates and falls apart and dies.
Oh.
Yeah, it lashed out and then wrapped around itself. It pulled itself out from the ground and it just falls apart and just decomposes on the spot.
If you could roll 1s more often,
Yeah,
that
that'll
would be
be.
great.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a note of that.
Big battle.
Unless of course they're
Roll.
halfling mushrooms, in which case they get to re-roll natural ones, being naturally lucky. I digress. So the rest, those two are going to move another 5 feet. Yeah, that happened. Going to be another 5 foot in your direction.
Ooh, God.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And then that's enter.
Yeah, enter.
Nurse. She's gonna just come forward a bit so she can see. Fire a firebolt at the one by Brucon.
All right.
If this ends with
Hit it.
If this ends with Neris.
24.
Hits.
No, never mind.
12 damage.
3 damage.
3 damage burns it to a crisp.
Ah, perfect.
Another one's gone.
Another one bites the dust.
And indeed, another one bites
And
the
she
dust.
just pulls back ever so slightly, but actually no, she's going to move right next to Fleeting because the last time someone pulled back, they got taken by a rat.
Whole thing.
Yeah. So she's not going to pull back into another cavern.
Learning.
Yeah, so she'll end her turn there.
Great. Okay, so that's Brucon.
Brucon bounces to his feet.
Wah! Still half the movement currently.
Uses half his movement. Rounding down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he's got 7.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it'd be
yeah.
3. Oh well. Those sort of and just goes completely hog wild on this guy with.
My first thought was Miss Piggy, like.
Yes, that's I'm actually super into that. Yes, 100%. However, for the first time,
the premiere, the great unveiling.
The air around Brucon. Now, what colour would his battle aura be?
What's happening?
I'm going to say amber, as in lager.
Right.
Brucon sort of taps into the natural force of the universe and then uses it to punch this mushroom really, really hard many times with his first ever, I believe, flurry of blows.
Hey!
Wow.
Let's do this, kids. 3 attacks. Right.
Yes.
Yeah, they all hit. 5 I'm aiming to beat here, yeah. Okay, so that's 3 hits.
Whale on
He's
it.
not really paying enough attention to be using his short sword, so these are all going to be unarmed attacks. If you wouldn't mind, that would be good, yes. So this plus 9.
Pow, pow, pow. These guys.
So that is 15 damage.
15 damage. You wail on this mushroom. It's peppering it with hits.
Yeah.
Bits of fungus just flying up in the air. There's still a little bit left, and it's still wiggling. One tendril still moving aggressively in your direction. Take a swipe. Okay, great. Mala.
Mushrooms.
Yep. Welcome to D&D, where anything is possible.
2. No, I've entered into melee with it now.
Yeah.
So fuck it, there we go.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, no, go big or go home. Again, quarterstaff. I'm just going to whack this one that Brucon's been have-atting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's, that's going to be 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
5 points of bludgeoning damage to which one, sorry?
The one that I've just been going hog
Oh,
wild
that
on.
is enough to finish it off. You squish the
One day I'll get to kill something.
bits of mushroom on the ground. It falls apart, and it reminds you of a certain homemade stew. Anyway, except that's the default Mala response.
I'll move around the other side solely for flanking.
All right.
They're terrible, but yep, a 5.
You definitely got a 5 there. Excellent, that's a hit.
11, 14 damage.
14 points of damage. Oh right, that's again you hack it, but there are still
more.
bits left. There is still a small amount left. One tendril still swaying aggressively. Purplish hue coming up of it.
No, stay where I am.
Okay, cool. Fleeting.
And hit it with my axe.
Yep.
I guess that hits 15.
Well,
No,
it's
17. So.
consistently around like
17 hits,
15,
yeah.
14.
I know. Awful. 4 damage.
4 damage with
Yeah,
that.
because the problem is he's then consistently around
The
about
rest of
the
that
2 or
mushroom is
3 mark on the
cleft in
D2.
twain.
Hey!
It's destroyed.
We will take it though.
Bitch!
But I'm afraid that's not quite the end of the combat, as one appears next to Neris, making a surprise.
Right, roll a 4. So, she's gonna kill me!
Making 3 surprise attacks.
3 surprises.
She's going to kill me!
18 hits.
Yes, 18 hits.
She
Yeah,
takes
18.
5 points of necrotic
Oh
damage.
god, she's gonna murder me.
Second attack. Well, yeah, that also hits. Another 6 necrotic damage.
What was the first damage?
5. So 11 so far.
No.
11. One more attack.
Cool.
Hang on.
13 misses.
That's a miss.
13 misses.
Still up.
There is still...
That last shot, if it hit, I was gonna use shield.
Right.
I didn't want to burn a slot though on a mushroom.
But yes, so yeah. Zipping up towards it. It's now her
Good
turn.
work. It's now her turn.
She'd attack with disadvantage for firebolts in close range.
Or,
She would,
So
unless
she's
she could
going
use
to-
something else.
or could use Burning Hands.
one spell. I'm gonna save it for a shield.
Under the
She can't kill me.
Okay.
But also that we've got time.
Or is she going to make use
I
of?
believe
She's going to exploit the fact that she's
draw her
proficient
dagger.
with every weapon.
Also, all being well, Marta should be back next week, so...
Yeah, I really don't want it to kill me.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want to use up all
Cool.
her
So
spells.
she's going to draw her dagger. No, she's going to draw her quarterstaff. Sorry.
Ah, yes, the ornate cane that she
Yes,
more
she
from,
has
yes.
that. So she rolls for that. She rolls a 4 plus 2, so it hits.
6 hits, yeah.
She's got it in
Yeah!
2 hands, so it's a D8.
It's very slow mushrooms. A D8, yeah.
Where are my dice? Where are my better dice? There's my better D8. So there's a 5 plus 1, she does 6 damage to it.
6 damage to it.
So
Bops it on the head.
She hits it in the head, and she's going to just yell through the cavern. Help! 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 Help!
Ew.
Ew. Yeah,
Sorry, Martha.
all that jazz.
Ready, so that's the end of her turn.
Guys! Okay, that's her turn. So, Brucon.
Right, she just moves to there.
Sensible.
Brucon. Hang on.
Brucon!
Brucon!
Part number 4 of your debt to me with your damn cousin. Right. Shut up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go hog wild on this bad boy.
Do it.
And this time he does have the presence of mind to pull his short sword, so the first attack is short sword.
Okay,
With advantage. Oh look, it hit.
Natural. Oh.
Natural 1 and a natural 20. You couldn't write it.
What
It's
on-
advantage, so... Amazing.
God
Double damage.
bless flanking.
Just explain this nonsense to me. Right, okay, so that was the short sword, so that doubles that, and then the second one, is also a hit. So double short sword damage, one of these, and plus 6. So, wow. So I rolled a 20 and a 1 on the to hit roll with the short sword, then I rolled a 6 and a 1 for the damage.
Crazy.
What is happening? Anyway, okay, so this is plus 6, so that is 14.
14. Okay, describe to us how you dispatch the last of the aggressive spores.
What's the...
Sorry, fungus.
How are the fungi attack? Like, are they... Describe to me where the fungus meets the floor.
No. You just got... No. Sorry, yep. How it meets the floor.
Yeah.
So it's like... It's tendrils kind of... Almost like thousands of tiny little feet like scaring across the floor.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay, as Brucon does a sort of... Okay, Brucon does a wall run as he loops around.
Of course he does, yeah.
Because he wants to get the... Like, he kind of does a
Get the
boink
momentum.
and get the momentum back towards the mushroom, and then follows through with his trailing foot, booting it up into the air, so that it kind of rises up before him, and then he does a ha and just fillets it very near. So have you seen like the Princess and the Frog?
Yeah.
You remember the bit when like she's doing the mushrooms as the frog and just like
Yeah.
like that? Brucon does that with a
Fruit
short
ninja,
sword.
but on...
Fruit Ninja's it. Yeah, Mushroom Ninja.
Mushroom ninja, and
Yeah,
then just
that's exactly
delicately just
what Brucon
floats to the
does.
floor.
Yeah.
Okay, just a perfect spread of finely cut mushroom. Lovely.
Precisely.
Great. That was very satisfying.
Please.
You certainly can. Thank you very much.
Okay, and so with that, the cavern goes quiet again. It seems that the excitement of combat has now passed by.
Good job, team. We beat mushrooms.
Brucon does that.
Towards the... Now that the combat's over, Neris is looking around her, and she's going to firebolt both sides of her, so each side of the cavern, and as she carries on walking towards us, she's going to control flame both sides and have them move slowly with her down each side of the cavern as she walks forward.
Just torching
So
the place.
torching the floor with this little glow of fire flowing each side of her.
That's much more badass than what I was imagining, which is more like Tim the Enchanter just going...
No, so she's walking. So she's going to walk up to the rest of the group, hands up, permanently pointing both sides, controlling the fire. That it's literally following her both sides down the cavern as she's very calmly walking down it, thinking,
It's very cool.
"There are no more mushrooms."
Oh, Mr. Seth, did you
That deals
find a
with
flower?
The mushrooms.
So,
Game over.
we've not been able to see any throughout
Fatality.
the main part of the cavern, but we think further down there's a
He told you there was a
water
flower
and a
there.
statue.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let I'm gonna let Neris come up towards us and flame the sides of us. We've kind of given up on sneak, So now, as the party moves towards it, I'm going to let Neris be between some of us in the party, controlling the fires and burning the mushrooms as we walk down the cavern towards that statue.
Okay.
So
yeah, over time, you just over the next couple of minutes, you just kind of torch the place until the fungi seem to stop just as the corridor narrows down towards that statue.
So yeah, you said it was on the water, the flower.
Yeah, there's two of those lotuses, purple lotuses on the water.
Is anyone good with nature?
No.
Anyone nature well?
I mean, I do have a modifier to it, and it is
Neris?
positive.
Isn't it
but-
plus-
Neris is
Neris is
not
plus
so
2.
much. Oh no, +2. Oh no.
That's
I was looking
better-
at
better
Bruce.
so far.
Sorry.
Yeah, she seems to be the most wise of us.
Yeah, no, we haven't
Well,
got...
intelligent.
We've got no barbarian, we've got no druid, and we've got no...
No, oh sorry, yeah,
Ranger,
intelligence.
so
Yeah, she's the most intelligent of us with her nature. So,
That's a damning indictment for the rest of us.
Yeah.
so she's going to stop her fire and look at the flower that's not tried to kill her yet,
Ooh, a
and she's
flower.
going to do a nature check to see if we can just take it out or if it will kill the flower being out of the water.
Right.
She rolled an 18 plus her 2, so 20.
Okay, so from obviously she's looking at them from the other side of
Yeah.
the corridor. From this distance, she kind of relays back to you guys. I mean,
Oh, no,
there are still
oh.
flowers, so we take them out. They're obviously gonna die, but flowers can last for a few days. Like I got given a bouquet once from my adopted parents, and it was. And they lasted for like a week. Also, if you know certain like magical things that can make them last longer,
Do you?
I personally don't.
I specialise in burning shit to the ground.
Ms. Neris, we're only going to use these for the next hour or so. We should be fine.
I mean, these are flowers. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah, just make sure they weren't magical flowers. We can take them.
Who's going in to pick them up? Do you want to do it? I don't mind if Malar does it.
How many are there?
There's
Ooh.
2. Should we take both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take both. If you want to take them.
Malar will walk into the water and...
Okay, so as you walk in the there's this fish-like statue, fish head humanoid statue looking at you, and as you move kind of around it, it's almost like the eyes seem to follow you, which is a bit creepy in of itself. But what's more so is your head begins to throb as you enter the room, and a
hang
thought kind of starts to coalesce in your mind. The message, a command. Kill them all. And you just keep hearing it over and over. It starts off faintly and then it gets louder. It just says, sorry. It's just weird as last
He's just thinking in his head, don't do the Nibbles voice. Don't do the
Don't do
Nibbles
the Nibbles
voice.
Mix the blood. Take the power. Mix the blood. Take the power. And you look up and you see the fish-like humanoid. You notice now that you're closer to it, because of the general darkness, you don't have dark vision, but now that you've got up close to it with the lights, you see that it has a hand outstretched, and in its webbed hand is a ceremonial bowl with a dark purplish liquid within it. And and again, you just keep, and when you look at this, you hear, mix the blood, take the power, even louder, as if it's almost consuming the entirety of your mind. You feel almost deafened other than this noise.
Do we see him reacting to this?
He seems to have slowed down slightly, and he's doing those exact actions like.
Sure. Mallory, you okay?
He can't. Okay, so what you hear, Malar, is he can hardly hear anything.
In that,
Yeah.
Mala?
Well, I'm still determined to pick up the flowers.
Okay. Yep.
I'd
You can
like
do
to-
so. You're not hampered doing so. You can just hang on. As you go to pick them up, you see this. They have a slight glow to them anyway, but as you pick them up, this kind of almost like a raw magical essence just kind of dances off of these seed pods as you pick them up. Just into the air with a sparkle.
Do people feel that, like Neris and Fleeting?
You may just about spot it from where you guys are, but
I mean, like the magical energy, do they feel it being magical?
no, I wouldn't say so.
I would like to, once I've got them, I would like to leave the room.
Okay, you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
So I'm going to roll that again because it was cocked and I moved my rubber and it was all fucked. Oh, good. 20.
20. The whispering in your mind seems to grow louder and sounds more agitated, emphasizing the power, how much power you could have.
So glad you took this.
And it takes a moment, but you just shake it off inside your mind, almost drawing on your religious background, drawing on the 8 and asking for guidance, and the warmth of Festir fills from your gut and floods through you, and you feel it dissipate from you as you leave the room.
As I leave the chamber, I just, in response to the power thing, I'm like, no, thank you. I approach the rest of the party holding these 2 lotus flowers. The sooner we remedy this matter, the better. I'm also hearing some voices.
Does anyone else hear those voices? As he starts to leave, I look to the statue and I'm going to try and subtly go to that medallion I picked up earlier. Were you speaking to Mala? Testing 1, 2, 3.
You asshole!
Damn it, why doesn't this work when I want it to work?
Is there a button for that change frequency?
Oh, that's not me, Seth. You know if it was me.
I don't think we were speaking to the same voice. Mine just said that wasn't.
Oh,
The same one.
Nala has moved on. You're now talking to the back of his head.
Oh, and you.
But what it offers you is some great power. Power I know you covet, Seth.
What power?
Power beyond your wildest dreams.
I don't know, there was a lot of power in my last stream.
Though,
Look deep into the Parker.
though the immediate effects may be more noticeable for some of your companions. For you can already swim very well, Seth.
Okay. Cool,
For you can already see in the dark, Seth.
Cool, I'm gonna follow the party and I'm gonna say,
I know.
This is a
you,
lo-fi.
I know.
Here's all the things you already know how to do.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
Or you can breathe underwater, Seth. I
Cool.
know that you can do this.
Cool, I'm gonna say to our party, is like, cool, Medallion's gotten chatty again after you've taken that plant. I think it. Did it say anything about power to you?
There was a bowl of, I believe, blood, and something about mixing the blood, taking the power.
I think.
Mr.
Based
Seth,
on the statue.
I would advocate you get rid of that.
Says the guy with the talking power plant.
Oh, no, see, these are just a temporary measure to an end. I don't know why you've picked that up.
Well, it's given me some answers, because I think because your plants, I think they help you with, let's say, whatever god that was, or statue that was, or power that was, relates to the water. I think it lets you breathe and see underwater as well. So I'm not sure what power the Rat King wants, but it's relating to the ocean.
Looking at that statue, any religious connotations I might identify?
Yeah, make a movement check.
Religion.
Religion, man,
6.
gets us.
Nothing you've heard of. Nothing. It certainly didn't look contemporary.
That is not of the 8.
It could
So
be,
just leave it be.
it could be the 9th.
That is blasphemy.
It being of the 9th, it being the 9th would reinforce it not being of the 8th, though, surely.
Ah, did you say?
Now come, we have
Do it.
Did he say good?
Yes.
We have things to brandishing the lotus. We have things to take care of.
Let's go.
Now stops off towards.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll head back towards the crossroads one and
Yep.
start to head towards where the torch chamber was and
Back to the Rat King's lab. Lair.
as we start to go.
Oh, you're gonna head towards the demon door.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So as we start to make our way towards there, Neris is looking pretty sketchy from that one mushroom.
I'd say you probably get to the crossroads when you notice that
I've only-
she's looking a bit sketchy.
Yeah, so we're at the crossroads. I've only got the
Start to
one health
waver.
potion, and
How
I'm
much-
not the best.
How much? Okay, so how much are you down by?
I'm on 8 of 21.
Right.
Neris is on 3 of 16.
Okay, I can burn my channel divinity.
I can use a health potion.
Well, no, because this comes back after a short rest, and I'd rather we keep that because I'm down to 1 spell slot.
Fair.
As they're debating this, you two can make perception checks. Or investigation checks, your choice.
Definitely percent. Who cares? 7.
3.
Negative.
Oh,
It went down.
3. Wow.
shit.
So Malar and Seth are debating and deciding how you're going to heal.
Talk about
Neris.
health.
Talking about health.
Living.
Talking about health and life.
What are you at?
You.
10
Meanwhile,
of
Brucon. One thing does
We're about the
notice.
same down.
One thing does catch your attention.
I think it's fine.
21.
There's something.
25.
There's something brown and bulbous, kind of. Well, got a leathery kind of quality to it, and it's hanging from the ceiling, not above you guys.
Brucon sort of clocks it and goes, gentlemen, lady, eyes up.
You can see in one corner, it looks like it's with your dark vision, it looks like it's some kind of satchel, and you can see in a small gap, there's something glinting out of it.
Oh, 7 health potions. This is great.
And that's where we're going to end today's session.
By the way,
Yeah,
you get 2 points of
ba-ba-da-ba.
health.
Oh, did you do? Cool.
This is my channel divinity, so there's some rules around it. You get
I
2
apologise
points
for
of
garbage roll potentially screwing up your
That's okay,
little...
no problem.
It's the
It's
most
fine.
annoying thing when you're running a thing like, okay, I'll put a little thing in there. Like, okay, we'll just make them have a roll just to kick things off.
I probably should have just said you spotted it and then just gone with your passive, but there we
Right
are.
off.
Anyway, so that's it for this week. I will be back on Friday at 5 PM with another edition of the campaign diary, which will be talking about stuff that's gone down in this session. And there's been a lot of interesting intrigue and machinations, I guess I could say, going on behind the scenes. So I'll talk a bit more about that. That's Friday, 5 PM here on the channel. We'll be back with the next session on Monday at 6 PM. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.